baseman catches that, he's got to make an awkward turn and a
100%.
perfect throw to get you at the plate. So runners always have to be aware, even on a foul ball, you need to tag up and be ready to go.
Yeah, and the first baseman for the Pirates over there, Ethan Wireman. Again, that wind kind of playing with that one. It's going to be low. 2-2 now is your count to Keaton Maggard. 1 out, top of the first. 2-2 count, runner at third. And that's Kenser, who had a leadoff double and a stolen base. Lacey Dickin with the pitch. I'll foul that one off, kind of jammed him on the inside.
Ball had a lot of run to the inside, ran in on his hands, started on the inside corner. Probably the time he had the swing, he was probably on his hands on the barrel.
He had to fight that one off. It probably would have been called strike for the out had he not made the contact and fouled it off.
Good pitch.
2-2.
Going right back at it.
Here's the pitch. On the inside, going to miss, going to go full, so another full count. Back-to-back full counts.
I don't love a walk right here, but
3-2 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Going to walk him.
There are worse things that can happen to with the base open. Now the runner is going hard to first. Don't think they're going to go, but they may go on the first pitch here.
I was going to say, knowing how Matt is, obviously we've seen him coach. He's probably going to take that and see if Miller's going to make that throw down to second, see if he can't squeeze one in from third base. Runners on the corner, stepping up to the plate is the pitcher, Andrew Little.
How kind of giving up that 6-0, though, again.
Yeah, I see that over there. The runner does go.
And no contest.
Yeah. Again, you recognize tendencies. The pitch was a ball, so it's ball 1 to Little. Runners at second and third in scoring position with 1 out. Here's the pitch. There's a strike right down the middle. One ball, 1 strike.
It's like he's throwing 2 different fastballs. One cuts, one just is kind of a straight fastball.
1-1. Dickin is set. Here's the pitch home. The shot right up the middle and going to be mishandled. So
still be an RBI.
Score. Yep. The run will score. That will be Kenser who will come in. And then Little with the RBI.
That's one of those balls where if you wait back on that ball like he did, it plays you. You got to come on up and get that ball. Again, we're talking about a new position for Powell going over to the shortstop.
Is that an error?
I think it's an error. Yes.
It'll be a called strike to Clay Hall.
Give the runner the RBI. I think he scores regardless.
Yeah, I would
but
agree
the
with
out
that,
at first, you get the second out there, and
it would have been close at first.
Your runner doesn't advance to third base.
Yep. So runners again on the corners, throw back over to first. Got to get back safely.
Did they put a courtesy runner in? I didn't catch it. They did or not? Did not.
I don't think so.
Big lead.
0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. So another stolen base. 3 stolen bases here through 4 runners or 4 batters. 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not the defensive start the Pirates wanted here. All this with just 1 hit in the inning.
Here's the pitch. Going to be low. It's going to miss. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Clay Hall, the first baseman. On deck is the shortstop in the 6th spot, Mason Boggs. Pirates need an out. Dickin is set. Here's the pitch home. The shot right to the shortstop, and it's going to get through
hop
again. Yep. 1 run will score.
It's still a play.
2 runs will
have
score.
To knock that ball down, though.
Yeah.
Way to go score that one, Kim.
I mean, he almost had to backhand that one, right?
Definitely had to backhand.
I almost
Another
feel
error?
like I think so.
I think so, too.
So 2 errors here. 2 runs will come across.
Again, that was an awkward That took an awkward hop off the cut, but again, you got to really come up on that ball.
Pitch on the inside going to be called strike. It's hard for us to see home plate, right?
Yeah,
Just,
I mean,
just
we're in the
based
middle.
on where, which is the best spot for us, but that plate sits down just a little bit as well. That little pocket there, and it's hard to see at times. And there's going to be strike two, a weak swing that time by Boggs. Almost a
that
check.
was a nasty curveball right there. He hadn't really seen a lot of those pitches. If you're over on the side, you haven't seen that curveball yet, and welcome to the game. Probably see another one right here.
Here's the pitch, and he's out. Yep, 3 straight pitches, excuse me. That's going to be out number 2.
So the second out of the inning, anything else they score here is going to be unearned. So really, they're only going to have 1 earned run on the inning.
Now stepping up to the plate, Brett Smith, right fielder. Didn't catch his number there. We don't have him listed, so if he might.
We'll know here as soon as he turns around. Number 2.
Number 2, all right. Brett Smith, number 2. Pitches a called strike. 0-1 is the count now to
Your next
Smith.
batter will be 46.
All right. 2 outs. Runner at first. Lacey Dickin is set. Here's the pitch. Outside.
Sweeper again.
Good job that time by Miller to come up out of that catcher position there to get up off of his feet there and to be able to get that one. That could have easily been a pass ball the way that one kind of was well on the outside.
Drew is so athletic back here behind the plate.
1-1. Here's a chopper to the shortstop. Throw to first. Safe. Nope. Got him. So the 6-3 ground out for out number 3. Letcher County Central will lead the Pirates 3-0. We'll take a quick break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is David Johnson, and I'm the senior commercial lender at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer expert guidance tailored to your needs. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me today at 606-663-2283, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hey, I'm Wyatt Denniston, owner of Stanton Ace Hardware. At Ace, we are known for being the helpful place, and we pride ourselves on accomplishing that goal each day with each customer. We are constantly working on expanding our rental department, now including skid steers, mini excavators, mini skid steers with ditch witch and auger attachments. We also have delivery options available. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are Stanton Ace Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to the Charles Childress Field, Powell County City Park, or Stanton City Park, here at the Powell County High School Complex. So in the top of the first inning, Letcher Central coming out. 3 runs on 1 hit. That was a double by the leadoff batter. There was 1 runner left on base and 2 Pirate errors in that first inning. Really just kind of the weak ground balls kind of bit the Pirates. And that's what you kind of want, pitch to contact.
Yeah.
Got to play them, but that third one was played really well. It was another weak hit ball, but we charged it a little bit harder and got the out at first base.
So we'll set the defense for you here real quick before they have the player come up. Andrew Little on the mound, number 16. Behind the plate, number 9, Dawson Kinzer over at first base. Clay Hall, second base. Kobe Watts, third base. Jaden Wright, shortstop. Mason Boggs over in left field. Keaton Maggard, center field. Quentin Williams, and in right field, Brett Smith. For the Pirates, their order will be the catcher, Drew Miller, center fielder, Levi Wells, batting third, shortstop, Carter Poe. Batting fourth, Lacey Dickin, the pitcher. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Bo Begley. Batting sixth, the DH, Jordan Del Rosario. Batting seventh, right fielder, Kane Knox. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Ethan Wireman. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Dylan Trent. Tucker Ramsey is your left fielder. However, Jordan Del Rosario will be the hitter as the DH in that position. And leading off, it will be Drew Miller, the catcher.
Tell you what, again, this kid's very athletic, got good speed, especially for a catcher.
Here's the pitch. Going to be a called strike.
The one thing about throwing a little bit slower than Lacey is the umpire has a better chance to look at the ball.
Well, and that one was definitely slow the way it curved in, right?
Yeah.
Thought it was actually going to miss, but called strike. 0-1 now to Miller. Here's the pitch by Little. Tried to run that one out. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to get down on the count. 0-2.
I think
Came back
Powell
with
is
that
going to see
curveball.
a lot of junk. Because I don't think the fastball that he throws is going to get by these guys, so you got to beat him with the spin. Or try.
Yeah. 0-2. And again, he fought that one off.
Powell County is notorious for not hitting a breaking ball.
Pitch, and he's going to go out
What'd I
on
say?
3 pitches.
Get him with the heat.
For the strike. Yep. So out number 1 to Miller. Stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Levi Wells.
Those are you guys that know baseball. That's pitching backwards. Curveball, fastball.
Yeah.
See ya.
Especially when the first 2 curveballs work for you, right?
Start Wells off with a fastball.
Yep, right down the middle. Strike 1, swing and a miss.
Like I said, Matt is tricky. If he's not calling the pitches over there.
Strike 2 on the foul tip. 5 pitches, 5 strikes.
Yeah, I was watching over to see who's calling the pitches. I don't see anybody. Matt
he
just
was,
called. Matt
yeah.
just called the pitch.
Yep.
Called you, Matt.
0-2. Here's the pitch to Wells.
Oh.
There's a strike. Back-to-back
Ooh.
strikeouts. 6 pitches so far for Little.
I thought that might be a touch up and away, but nonetheless got the call.
Now stepping up to the plate, the shortstop, number 20, Carter Powell. Left-handed hitter. On the field, he throws right. Batting left, there's a called strike.
7 consecutive strikes for the young man from Letcher Central.
See what Mr. Little is, what grade. He's a senior. There's a foul ball. Good contact that time by Pope. Unfortunately, it's going to be a strike. 8 strike pitches.
I tell you what, that's the way you draw it up.
Yeah, right.
Throw me some strikes that aren't like that's got some deception, and we got a good outing.
Here's the 0-2. The grounder. Going to take a high hop. Second baseman, long throw, and he'll get there. So 3 up and 3 down for the Pirates. They'll find themselves trailing 3-0 here as Letcher County Central will come up to the plate. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Hey, it's Kristen, marketing manager at Appalachian Wireless, where you're not just another customer, you're our priority. And that means exceptional customer service every step of the way. From our friendly customer service reps to our knowledgeable sales associates and experienced service technicians, we're here to keep you connected and taken care of. Big carriers treat you like a number. At Appalachian Wireless, we treat you like our friends and our family. So stop by one of our retail or authorized dealer locations today, or visit us on the web at AppalachianWireless.com to become our top priority. Where we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
You deserve a bank that truly values you. At People's Exchange Bank, they pride themselves on providing personalized service that other banks just can't match. Whether you're needing a checking account, a home loan, or financial advice, our team of local professionals have you covered. Visit 53 East Pendleton Street in Stanton or visit them online at pebank.com. Join their family of satisfied customers today and experience the hometown difference at People's Exchange Bank, where banking is about you. People's Exchange Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Again, welcome back to the Stanton City Park, Powell County High School baseball. Dave following along with Ken Simon, Ethan Moore now doing the video. Joe's taking a couple-minute break. In the top of the second inning, it will be Johnson, Watts, and Kinzer back up top of the order. Coming up third here in the top of the second. In the bottom of the first, it was 3 up and 3 down. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second base. A good pitching effort that time by the Little, Ken.
Yeah, it really was. Again, at one point he had gone 8 straight pitches with strikes before Poe was actually able to make contact before he grounded out. But still, that's the way you want to start, right?
9
as far as
pitches,
a
9
pitcher.
strikes.
Yeah.
Getting it done. Big guy right here now, Kobe Johnson.
He's the DH. Probably a football player, right?
I tell you what,
There's a
he's
called
missing
strike.
a good opportunity if he's not.
Yeah. Again, Kobe Watts on deck, the second baseman, followed up by Jaden Wright, the third baseman, in the 3 spot. Here in the top of the second. Foul ball down the first base side.
I don't think I said
Strike
about
2.
the batter. He's got a nice open stance, but that was all arms on that swing.
Yeah,
Got to
he
utilize
fought that
those
one off,
legs,
didn't
get
he?
some power.
Yeah. 0-2 now. Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates. Drew Miller behind the plate. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Gonna miss.
Ooh.
A little bit low.
And it
One ball
was
and 2 strikes.
probably a little bit low.
Yeah.
I mean, I would concur.
Well, we'll say the umpire, he's definitely taking his time. It's not like he's jumping and
As he
making
should.
the call. Yeah, he's processing it. Here's the pitch. He'll foul that one off again. Kind of jammed him on the inside.
Kind of jammed himself. He turned his shoulder into the ball. Really didn't have a lot to do that time. Just again, not a lot of legs in this hitter. So got to be able to adjust to the pitch.
1-2 with the first batter here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch from Dickin. Gonna be high. 2-2.
That's one thing we saw last year with Lacey. Again, was he just threw a lot of pitches, and got his pitch count up way too early in games.
Here's the 2-2. I'll foul that one off into the netting.
On deck batter always gets a little bit more opportunity here to chase him down.
Count remains 2-2. Nobody out. Letcher County Central leading the Powell County Pirates 3-0 here. Oh, okay.
Well, you get the corner. I mean, once they move, you can see the corner there. So yeah,
The strikeout, the first for Lacey Dickin on the season. So 1 out here as Kobe Watts, the second
he had a
baseman,
strikeout in the first
stepping
inning.
up. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, he did. Yes, that he did.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I appreciate you correcting me. There's a swing and a miss to Kobe Watts for strike number 1.
This is where Lacey works well, up in the zone. That's where he does his best work, in my opinion.
It appears to be a little bit more settled in, right? There's a chopper down the first. Nice job by Wireman to field that one to get the unassisted out for
I'll
out
say
number 2.
That's about the 4th time they've hit the weak grounders, and I tell you what, putting a lot of spin on the ball, it makes it really tough to kind of field some of those. As you tell Ethan there had a little bit of a ball, but he's so close to the base, it really doesn't matter there at first base.
Now Jaden Wright stepping up to the plate, the
Lead
third
off double.
baseman.
No, this is the
Oh, we back
this
up
is back
to
to Kinzer. Yeah,
Who did I miss? How did I miss something?
you
Oh,
did.
never mind. I've
DH.
got Wright as the. He's not in the line. I didn't skip a spot there. The third baseman.
there you go. And I'll catch you up in a minute.
There you go. I'll take it.
It's in basketball scoring, right? We got to change gears.
1-0.
Oh, nice pitch.
There's a called strike. 1-1 now.
I would-
Normally I skip that space, right? Going down the line where somebody's not batting. And I skip that one. Playing softball with 10 players.
There you go.
Here's the pitch. I'll foul that one off out of play.
However, it's only slow pitch that you can
Correct.
bat in.
1 ball and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. It's a big opportunity for Lacey Dickin here to go 3 up and 3 down here. Top of the second, trailing 3-0. Here's the pitch.
He thought
about it. Yep.
Yes, he did. That's the first time. That's the first time Kinzer has seen the curveball.
2-2.
Big sweeper.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second. Here's the pitch. Miss on the outside. Gonna go full.
This is one of those games where you're not going to beat us with the home run. I don't think today. So
No, not considering it's blowing in. Unless you really get a hold of one,
you
right?
might be able to take one to right field. There we go.
Swing and a miss. He'll get the strikeout. So a nice job for the Pirates here in the inning. They'll go 3 up and 3 down. Will the Letcher County Central Cougars will take a quick break here and come back and have the bottom of the second where your Powell County Pirates coming up to the plate.
Hi, I'm Michael Bucky Wilson, CEO, President of CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not here just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by any of our 7 convenient locations in Irvin, Richmond, Berea, London, or Stanton and see what community banking is all about, or visit us online at cg.bank.
Citizens Guarantee Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Qualifications and rules may apply. See institution for details.
Protect Security are proud sponsors of your Powell County Pirates sports. You need to check with Monty from Protect Security. There's no install charge on the base system. No phone line is needed, so all you have to worry about is a small monthly fee. They can install cameras. They can do full home automation, fully interactive so that you can lock your doors when you're away from home. That's your local security company. Protect Security, keeping your home, business, or other location safe and secure. Give them a call today, 663-9348.
You're listening to PCSN.
And the top of the second inning, it was Letcher Central, 3 up, 3 down. Now, the Pirates will bring up this inning. It'll be Dickin, Begley, and Del Rosario up to bat here in the bottom of the second inning.
You've been taking Spanish or something? You kind of rolled that.
Well, I try to roll it a little bit.
Like
I think that's
right?
how it's supposed to be pronounced anyway, so most of us don't pronounce it that way, but I believe at one time Cam had told me that. So we're going to try to roll it just for Cam, you know?
All right, yeah.
If it's right, it's right. It's just not a very easy thing to do all the time.
I get that. All right, so the Pirates will be coming up to the plate trailing 3-0 here. On the mound is number 16, Andrew Little for the Cougars. First inning,
go ahead.
8 strikes before there was contact that was made by Carter Poe to get the 4-3 ground out, but still they're going to have to do a better job here trying to get something going.
He's one of those pitchers that sometimes gives these Pirates a problem. He doesn't throw real hard, has a good curveball. Those kinds of pitchers sometimes give us a world of problems.
Stepping up to the plate is Lacey Dickin. Gonna miss high. Ball 1. Again, this is the season opener and home opener for the Pirates. Going to go down 2-0 now for Little.
So 9 strikes in the first, comes up with 2 straight balls in the second.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
That ball could have been maybe a little up.
It could have. Chest high.
A 2-0 hack.
Pirates are in all black uniforms. And there's a curveball.
Got the
strike
spinner.
2. Pirates in their all blacks and Letcher Central in their white pants with their black jerseys, blue trim. Going to be a foul ball down the third baseline.
That must be your defensive coach over there, right?
2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Don't let him hear I said that. He'll be mad at me.
Pitch. Chopper to second base. Going to take a hop. And he'll field it cleanly on the 4-3 ground out for out number 1.
Off the end of the bat that time. Again, that curveball timing is thrown off. Again, on the first game of the season, so you have to expect a little bit of that here out of this team. So now it'll be Begley stepping to the plate for the Pirates.
Nice job by Kobe Watts, the second baseman for Letcher Central. He's had back-to-back grounders that have hit to him. Kind of had some hop to it, but stayed in front of it, was able to field it cleanly for the out.
The grass has not been really, you can tell, hasn't been manicured. It
right.
could probably be mowed, but.
Yeah. There's a grounder right to the second baseman again.
Bobbled.
And he's going to bobble that one and not going to get there. And
just not, again, coached here for several years, and the field's in much better shape than what it used to be. But, man, this infield is brutal to really play out of. So we'll call that still an error.
Yeah, an error on number 11, Watts, after I just complimented him.
Well, you know, you got to.
Kind of like free throws.
You got to do that, right? Yeah, you jinxed him. So we'll see how Del Rosario does there.
there's a swing and a miss. Strike on the, even though he swung and missed, it was definitely an outside pitch.
He was trying to hit it to left field, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right field.
No, he was trying to hit it over there.
Oh.
He's trying to pull it. That's why he missed it.
There's a little chopper down
Tough
the
play,
third.
tough play.
And going to get there is infield error. So Begley will go to second. Del Rosario will go over to first. He'll reach on that error.
Again,
Third baseman.
another ball off the end of the bat, adding spin to it. Again, we saw a couple of those the first inning for the Pirates when Letcher was batting. Now Letcher's getting a little bit of that this inning, so we'll see how Kane does here. Maybe do you bunt here?
No, he's hitting away.
I'm just wondering.
One of the seniors on this team playing right field tonight. It's going to be high. Good eye on that one. He thought about it. As far as like keeping his eye on it as it came all the way in.
So this year's a little bit different than last year's team, Ken. Last year they had all those good hands guys. They could all bunt at the bottom. Now you got a little bit more power guys coming up here at the bottom of the order this year, right?
Yes. Runners at first and second. Pop up right here behind us.
I don't want to look. Get it right in the nose if I do look.
1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out.
Has to be the perfect ball to hit us right here, though.
Listen, as long as it doesn't come through right here in front of us, then
We got it blocked
we're
right now.
okay. Yeah, we're, 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. Pirates going to square around and squared around a bunt, and he had to duck out of the way from keeping the ball from hitting him. Again, Kane Knox.
But that was, to me, that was a really good count to put the bunt on. First baseman's now playing in. You got to respect it. Now you swing away and see what you got.
And it probably threw the pitcher off, too, in his delivery, right?
And strike
There's
two.
going to be a strike. 2-2 now is the count to Kane Knox with Begley at second, Del Rosario at first, who reached on an error. Ethan Wireman on deck, 1 out.
Pull that trigger.
Little, the pitcher for the Cougars. Throw down to third, and he's out. Yeah, that was almost too easy. So try to steal third. Begley will be out number 2.
We did not advance the second baseman runner at first base,
No.
so that's kind of a double whammy there.
So the 2-5 put out, and it was a ball, so a full count to Knox with 2 outs. There's a grounder to second base. It'll be gloved cleanly by Watts, and they'll get another 4-3 ground out to end the inning. So the Pirates will leave 1 stranded, still find themselves trailing 3-0. We'll take a break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
Toyota South in Richmond is moving forward. Family owned and operated since 1915. Meet General Manager Charlie Johnson.
As a native of Powell County, I would like to personally invite you to take the short drive to Toyota South in Richmond. Between Toyota South and our 5 other dealerships, we keep around 600 used cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles. So, regardless of what you're looking for in a used vehicle, chances are we have it, and as General Manager of Toyota South, I will make your short drive well worth your time. Come see me soon at Toyota South in Richmond.
Toyota South in Richmond. Online at toyotasouth.com or call their friendly staff at 877-605-4326.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Stanton City Park, Charles Childers Field. This is Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon and the crew here at the good old ballpark. We're going into the top of the 3rd inning. It is still Letcher Central 3, Powell County nothing after getting a good start to the bottom of the 2nd. Powell County had the first out, then had 2 reach on base on air, then a caught stealing to third base, followed by the last ground out to end the inning. So I guess there was 1 out before we made that second out of third, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Again, didn't make the first out, but that was the second out at third base. So Williams will be leading off here in the top of the 3rd.
Flied out his first at bat. It's going to pull that one foul. Left-handed hitter foul down the first base side for strike one.
What grade is Williams? Is it on your roster? Is he a senior?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I believe he used to play at Knott County. It was 8th grade year. He was one of the better pitchers in the 14th region.
Quite a few seniors on this team, about 4 or 5 maybe. Going to just miss on the pitch to even the count at 1-1. And Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates, trailing 3-0 here in the top of the third. 1 ball and 1 strike to Williams with nobody on. Dickin is set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Swung right through that one. Again, that's the pitch he's trying to pull, but that's the pitch. If you can hit it, you're going to hit it to left field only.
In some respects, I feel like that Dickin has kind of settled in, right? First inning, maybe the jitters, the adrenaline and all, as far as getting the start in your season opener. Going to miss 2-2 now.
Just throws a lot of pitches. That's the thing earlier. You know, you want to get into a routine, and I'm sure he's going to be limited today to how many pitches he gets in. So
here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Going to be down in the dirt, but Miller will make the throw down to first. So will count as a strikeout. Out number 1, now stepping up to the plate. Keaton Maggard, the left fielder. He walked his first plate appearance, had a stolen base, and eventually scored. 23. Is that what that says?
24. Talking about the bat.
Yeah.
It says 23. Yes, it does.
They don't
New
have
batter?
23, so no, that's probably him, just different jersey maybe. I'll foul that one off. Strike 1.
Well, I wrote it down off yours. I didn't even check the numbers. So.
Well, I mean, you know, there's not a 23, and he was, you know, in the lineup.
Yeah, I guess that's him.
Not that the number necessarily matters on the back of the jersey to some extent.
Well, if it's a different hitter, then it would make a difference.
Yes.
But I don't think it's a different hitter.
I don't either. Going to be a called strike.
On the sweeper. Again, from
0-2.
from this angle, once the catcher moves that mid, you can see where it crossed that plate.
Yeah. Nice job by Miller. 0-2 is the count to Maggard. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Oh!
That's a low strike.
Called a strike. Yep.
That
So he's
might have
gonna
been a
get
touch low.
back-to-back Ks. Nice job that time.
Where are our cameras this time?
On the field?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. Center field?
Center field? Okay.
Is that it?
And above our heads, so that's why I didn't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That one's normally there. And the one on David and I, we apologize for that.
That's
you know,
just a bad camera.
Yeah, sorry. Apologize when we're showing up in your video feed.
Yeah, eating, drinking, whatever we do on the.
Yeah, right.
They're
Yeah.
looking at us.
Ball 1 to Little, pitcher for Letcher County Central here in the top of the third. Leading 3-0. He's done a nice
Jammed
job
him.
so far. Yep, jammed him for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Little with Clay Hall on deck if Little manages to get on base. He had a single, a stolen base, an RBI, and then reached home on an error. Gonna miss.
He's wearing different number 2, Ken. He's got number 6 on his jersey, not 16.
All right, Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew, you messed up our rosters, brother.
Yep. Messed up my book. First game of the season. Unbelievable.
Maybe the roads don't match their homes or something.
That could be true. There's a shot to
Uh-oh.
right field.
He's
It's going to be
burnt.
trouble.
A lot of trouble.
Yep. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Pick it up, and he's going to get the stand-up double.
Like I said earlier, you're not going to hit the ball out to the left or center, but you might poke one out to right field. The ball will travel with this kind of wind to right field. Typically, this is about the only time advantages to the left-hand batters, and we don't have a ton of them here. Obviously, he wasn't left-hand either, but he put a good poke on that one.
Well, apparently we weren't paying attention in the first 2 innings because now stepping up to the plate is number 22, and there's not a 22. And so
22, so
we'll switch another number here.
we will. Matthew.
I know, right?
It's
That's probably why he didn't even actually have their numbers listed because of this one. He's probably thinking,
he didn't know either.
Yeah, I don't know what jerseys they're wearing or what numbers. Still learning as they go. Well, last night's jerseys are probably dirty from that game, right? Oh, right here behind us.
I'm not looking. Drew's got it.
And Miller's going to try and get there. Oh, just out of his reach. He a little
With
bit
all
too
the wind
far
we got blowing
came
in,
behind
and
him,
it blows back toward the field. That is really weird. Circular wind. Nowhere on that play. It's a tough play by Drew. And I think you would overrun it when the wind's blowing this way, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, strike regardless. 0-1 is the count now with 2 outs. Runner over at second here for Letcher County Central. Top of the third. Pirates need another out. Get out of the inning. Leave one stranded. There's a shot. It's going to be shallow. Going to come in and miscommunication. We talked about that prior, just the miscommunication between the left fielder and the shortstop.
Here's the thing. Where the ball wound up, it was probably the shortstop's ball. But with that wind the way it was, there's definitely going to be a fly ball to left, right?
Yeah.
But it wound up just being, 10 feet into the outfield grass? So.
Yeah, but again, somebody's, even if the center fielder or the left fielder's got to come in and wave that one off, I've got it. But instead, they kind of both stopped and it
they
dropped
did,
right between them.
Yes.
Chopper down third. It's going to be a foul ball.
And again, you got a new left fielder, a new shortstop. Again, the shortstop played second base last year. Left fielder didn't play last year. Therefore, communication issues do happen, right?
Yeah. I'll
Just
say
a tough
early
break.
season jitters, but, again, you'll work through these. There's a chopper right up the middle. Throw to first, and nope. It's going to be low. Runner's going to advance. Hall's going to go all the way over to third on the error. It's going to put Boggs over at first.
That was Poe again, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's back-to-back errors.
So would you give that last error on – would you give it a hit or an error on that last ball to left field?
No, actually it was a hit. Yep, to Hall. Yeah, my bad. I'm glad you said that.
It
because
wasn't
an error.
touched.
Yeah, but it wasn't an
probably
error,
should have been
that's for
played,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
By someone. Like you
4-0.
said, if the outfielder, which again, the outfielders are playing fairly shallow, you can get to that ball, but really that's a ball that your shortstop's got to go back as far as he can to make a play on it and then let the outfielder call him off. It's a tougher play on the infielder, obviously why the outfielder gets the call.
Right.
But with the wind the way it is, it's never easy, right?
But as the outfielder, if you have a break on it, right, at that point,
Yes.
I'm calling you off,
Yes.
you off. I've got this, right? Again,
But the
realizing it's a
left
tough
fielder had to
call.
come a long way.
He did.
But again, when it was first hit, if I'm Poe, his first hit is definitely going to be to the outfield, right?
Runners on the corners now.
Jammed him.
Jamming, yep, and it's going to be foul. Good hustle that time by Miller. He was good ways away from it, but I like the fact that he came out of that crouch position there and showed a lot of hustle on it.
We'll say this. Smith is really glad that this is not a 45-degree day because that one stings for like 10 minutes if it is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't miss those days, by the way.
Oh, Nope.
May get one tomorrow.
Throw over to first. Boggs will get back.
It's a good time for that to allow a little bit of maybe a delay still if you slow go to second, see if they try to pick you off.
2 outs. They scored the 1 run with the 2 outs. Runner goes. Right
This is
into
when
the
you
net.
get into thief mode. And I know Matthew knows how to play the thief mode. Got a ball back here that nobody has came to retrieve yet. Now
There
the
it
young man's
comes.
coming down. He didn't know the rules here.
Yep. Sorry, ump. Delay a game.
He said, my bad.
0-2. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. I'll foul that one off down the first base side. Out of play.
You know, we was at the basketball tournament the other day, Ken talking, and Patrick Wooten was there. He played at Buckhorn. Really good player. And talk about an umpire. Roy Turley, we used to have here a lot.
Yeah.
Those balls that were back here, he would run back and get them. The catcher never had to move. The on-deck batters never had to go because he always would come and get them. One of the better umpires I'd ever seen probably here.
0-2. Strike. Yep. Strike him out. Good
Consistently
pitch that time
called.
by Dickin. So they'll score 1 run. They'll lead 4-0 here. We'll head to the bottom of the third. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Thinking about buying your first home? Maybe it's time for a remodel or a new investment property. This is Diane Meadows. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. With personalized service and local expertise, I am here to help you explore the options that make the most sense for you now and for the future. Call me at 606-663-3618 today, and let's make your dreams a reality. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The Candle Hutch Gifts and More is your local shop for unique and fantastic smelling country and upscale items. They carry all the scents of quality candleberry candles, meaningful Demdeco willow tree figurines for any occasion, and a quality selection of helium balloons. With frequent sales, new items, and friendly, helpful staff, the Candle Hutch will soon be a frequent stop for you and the family. The Candle Hutch is located in the Stanton Ace Plaza on East College Avenue in Stanton, or call them to pre-order at 606-424-2154.
You're listening to PCSN.
I was jamming with the music here, playing in the background.
Oh, well, good for you.
Yeah. Welcome back to Stanton City Park here at Charles Childers Field.
I was responding to a text just so you know. Apparently, it's a battle going on in the 10th region with Montgomery and GRC.
Oh, it's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, the championship of their region.
Let me turn that on and watch it here in a minute.
So back and forth. It's war, basically, is the way that she described it.
War, that's bad. Don't know really who I'm for there. Probably for our buddy Connor Morganson down there at GRC. Probably have to pull a little bit for Connor's group at Clark County.
No, I have a hard time with Clark.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying.
It's kind of like other teams in the region.
Yeah.
You know, not that they're in our region by any means, but still.
All right, Big E. Ethan Wyman's going to lead off here for the Pirates in the bottom of the third inning. Powell County trailing 4-0 as they scored one. Letcher scored one in the bottom of the top of the third.
Kind of miss on the outside for ball one. We don't even have a hit.
Step in the bucket, Ethan, and you might hit that ball. Stepping in the bucket is going to get you another curveball, buddy.
No hit so far. Again, Andrew Little, the pitcher for the Cougars, doing a nice job. Going to miss on the outside. 2-0.
And if I'm pitching to the batter, I'm going to throw everything that's going to be on the outside part of that plate because he's not going to hit it.
Yeah, well, we're going to ground him to second base. Try to anyway. Pop that one up back here behind us. Not sure where it's at. And it's going to be just about 15 feet, 20 feet maybe away from us.
Well, Scott's back there. I think Scott could have probably caught that ball, Ethan's dad, if he'd have tried, you know.
Well, my headset, you know, and I'm looking up or whatever, got to be careful the headset doesn't.
Yeah. Pull off your head.
Yeah. Here's the pitch.
Ripped.
Yep, going to be a base hit. Nice job by Wireman to get the leadoff single.
Where did he throw that pitch, Ken? Up and in.
Yep.
The one pitch I think Ethan's going to handle all day long. You throw it to where he wants it, and that's what price you pay. Dylan Trent now for his first at bat of the season, batting in the number 9 spot. Here's a kid who I think's a lot of good bat-to-ball kind of guy. Move a runner over. We'll see what he does for the top of the order. Carter Poe up next for the Pirates. This is an inning where we really need to get something started.
Absolutely. You're exactly right. Yeah, trailing 4-0. He's going to lay the bunt down right back to the
bunt.
pitcher. Yep. Going to get there safely. Yeah, nice job that time by Trent.
So that's going to be
that one out.
I'm going to give him a sacrifice bunt and an error on the throw to get to first base. Good play there. Nice bunt by Dylan. Now you got Carter Poe, Drew Miller up to bat. And tell you what, if you show me you don't play one the first time, I might bunt another one. We'll see how Frank wants to play this one.
Miller struck out his first plate appearance on 3 pitches. See if he can make contact here and get something going. Scores around. Going to lay the bunt down.
Bunt.
It's going to be perfect. Yeah, it sure is. Everybody's going to be safe.
Perfect.
Nice job.
But I will say this. Wireman did not go full out to third.
No, he did
not.
There
was a play on there. But give him a base hit on that one. That one's not even going to be close to be played by Drew Miller. That's the perfect bunt.
It really was. It had just enough lift on it, right? Wasn't a grounder, but just enough lift that by the time it actually hit the ground, everybody
past
was
the pitcher
almost
spot. Only guy that can play that one is the third baseman and shortstop. Third's got a cover, so yeah, perfect bunt.
Levi Wells up to the plate with the bases loaded. Pitch on the inside.
Oh.
I love it sometimes when you and I have the same reaction.
Ow. That's
it's going to be called strike. I felt like
yes,
when
it was. That was definitely inside.
Yeah, definitely. Here's the pitch. Going to be foul.
That one called by the field umpire, doing a good job of calling it quick.
Yes, he did.
Letting everybody to know.
Yep. And he was right.
He was right.
He's dialed in. 0-2. Come on, Levi, center fielder for the Pirates. It's going to be low for ball one.
Levi normally does have a good eye. I think he had a good eye on that first pitch. Now, he should be 2-1 right now instead of 1-2. Could be hitters count instead of still pitchers count.
Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Pirates threatening. Here's the pitch.
Got
Oh, yep, sure did. Kind of went chasing on that one on the outside for the strikeout.
Again, had to protect. Again,
he did, yeah.
Because the first pitch, again, was called a strike. It probably wasn't, but now you bring up Carter Poe. I mentioned earlier, this is the guy, if you're Coach Rigsby and you're Letcher Central, you do not want to leave anything over the plate. This is a guy you almost, I'm not saying you walk him, but you pitch him very cautiously.
Again, a left-handed hitter here.
Yeah. Again, obviously,
shortstop for
best
the Pirates.
Hitter we have. This kid can flat rake.
Here's the pitch. Center field. And long way to go, and it drops. They're going to throw it to third. Nope. Going to go right back to the pitcher. So Pirates will score a run, as that will be Wireman who will come in. That will send Trent down to third.
And
Miller to second.
Yep.
And Carter Poe over to first.
Still got him juiced here, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Bases are loaded with one out. Lacey Dickin, the pitcher, coming up to the plate. Needs to help his own cause here, trailing now 4-1 with the bases loaded.
We have seen already that the fly balls are going to play tough.
Yeah, the wind is blowing just enough. So square around. He's going to lay the bunt down. They'll get it to home, and on the fielder's choice. And that ball just really didn't go anywhere as he got the bunt. It maybe 5 to 6 feet or something before Little came in to get that one. So Dickin he'll get over to first, but the runner, Trent, will be out number 2.
If he's my cleanup hitter, he's not going to be bunting right there.
On the 1-2. A miss. It's going to be Bo Begley up at the plate. Ball 1. 2 outs.
If you push that up the line, up the first base line, it's an easy play, but he didn't get that done on that bunt attempt. So that's when you don't duck.
Well, you kind of do, but you don't, right? I mean, you give the impression that you're ducking, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, I didn't get down enough.
You don't have to move. That's the rule. It's kind of a weird rule. You don't have to move.
I'll foul that one off.
However, you can't move into the ball purposefully.
2-1.
It's a rule I have learned as a reason. A rule that's been changed over the years that you really don't have to make an attempt to get out of the way of the ball.
Kind of like taking a charge in basketball,
yes,
right?
It is.
Oh, foul tip.
Strike 2.
Going to be strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Bases loaded.
Juiced.
Pirates need another. Got to get another run here. Trailing 4-1.
Way to hang.
Foul that one off. Yep. That remains 2-2. See, who do we have? Miller is down at third. Poe over at second. Dickin at first. Bo Begley. There's a shot base hit.
Right where you want to hit it to.
Past the second baseman. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Nice job that time by Bo Begley to get the single and 2 RBIs.
Huge at bat that time. So we got runner Dickin only made it to second base. So Begley with the single and 2 RBIs. Big hit right there.
Yes, it was.
Now we got Jordan Del Rosario and a Curtis runner coming in for the Pirates, number 18. That will be, looking at my list of players, Lane Rogers going to second base to run for Dickin as the courtesy runner.
So the DH, Jordan Del Rosario, foul that one back, and it's going to be just out of play.
Just out of play. Just beyond the visitors group. As the lights have now.
Come on.
I said it'd be the 4th or 5th inning. I was close. It's the 3rd.
You were close.
Good time for the lights to come on, though.
Well, the sun is kind of,
It has been behind those clouds.
Yes, it is.
They're bringing in the snow tonight, right?
Oh, unbelievable, right? I mean, nothing that's going to amount to anything, but still, you might see some. And it's going to be a wild pitch.
Off the races. Advance them on a wild pitch. 0-2 the count now to Jordan Del Rosario.
So Dickin down to 3rd, Begley down to 2nd.
One more of those, we could tie this sucker
Did
up.
he swing at that?
He
did not, did he?
I think he did.
I mean, they have it as a strike up on the board, 0-2. I didn't see him swing. I saw him get out of the way, but I didn't see him swing.
Josie's not saying.
0-2. Chopper down to 3rd base.
Did he swing at that
foul.
second pitch? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Josie wasn't watching her TV screen.
Get down the line and ask Ethan. Let's see. 0-2 is the count.
Just
Need a base hit.
Mid-game quiz.
Oh, going to get the strikeout. Pirates will get 3 runs, though. They trail 4-3. We'll head to the top of the 4th. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSAP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939. Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home. Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope. Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere. Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912. People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember. Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock. Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more. The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX Manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
And welcome back here to the Stanton City Park. It's Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon and the crew. Again, in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Pirates, it was 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 left on base, and 1 Letcher Central Cougar error as the wind has now picked up a bit more.
Yeah, why did it have to do that?
Well, because we do have a wind advisory.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be down in the, low 40s in the morning and about a 40-degree temperature change. Nice.
Here's the pitch, right into the net.
Welcome to Kentucky in the spring.
Yeah.
We are who's batting up? We got
Mr. Johnson, the DH.
Yes.
Number 46, as he struck out his first plate appearance. Strike 1. Give a quick update. 36-32. Montgomery County leading GRC.
I was going to go watch it. I don't know where you can go watch it, though.
Me 0-2 now.
We're not broadcasting that area. We will be covering that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
WSKV's got it covered.
Yeah, and we're the best in the state anyway.
Exactly.
And I say that with all due respect to all the other broadcasters, struck him out.
Looking.
Nice job. 3 pitches to get the strikeout. That's twice now that Johnson has gone down on strikes. Coming up now is the second baseman, Kobe Watts. Hit it over to Wireman, his first plate appearance, where Ethan Wireman got the unassisted out. Number 9 hitter in the lineup before we'll head back up to the top of the order. Dawson Kentzer on deck. There's going to be a called strike. See the way that Drew Miller was set up behind the plate?
Yes. Low. Just like that?
Yep. Strike 2.
I think he wants to bring Diggin down the zone a little bit also. Gives him more coverage as well.
Tony Pena.
Actually,
Notorious for,
how much was Tony Pena ahead of the game when every catcher in the MLB is doing that now?
Right? Yeah, going to miss.
That's how much he was ahead of the game.
I mean, and he had a cannon of an arm, too, down in that position where he'd just get up on that one knee and fire it down to second.
That's about the only – that's the only time they don't get down in that low position now is with they do have runners on, but –
and it saves your knees, obviously, right?
Saves your knees, plus gives the umpire a better look at the pitch.
Yep, 1-2. I'll foul that one off down the first base side, out of play. That will remain 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the fourth. Letcher County Central leading the Powell County Pirates 4-3. Nobody on base. Here's the pitch. And a miss. Ball 2. And the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Cougars. 2-2. Lacey Dickin on the mound for Powell County. There's the pitch. There's a shot. It's going to be a base hit to right field. And fielding that cleanly is the right fielder for the Pirates, Kane Knox.
That's probably the second hardest hit ball of the game thus far. The other was the leadoff double.
And who's coming up to the plate?
Leadoff batter.
Yeah, Dawson Kentzer, who had that leadoff double. Struck out his last plate appearance.
Scored after that double.
Also a stolen base.
What we said about the leadoff runner getting on?
Yeah, it'll come back to bite you. Yeah. Pitch. Going to be foul ball, out of play.
Side. You know,
strike 1.
We haven't had a ball hit back into the courts tonight. We do have games going on, though.
Yeah.
As usual, their games are.
And Little League has not started just yet. They just had sign-ups.
Softball, Little League softball also going to be here at City Park. Going to be nice to see them here in Stanton.
0-1. Here's the pitch.
Oh. He'll touch
hit
Kane.
To right field. Knox will get under it, make the catch.
Nice job by Levi Wells. He is over in dead right field backing up Kane Knox. That's very fundamental stuff right there by Levi. I'd really back up your other fielder, but you don't necessarily always see a center fielder go that far because this almost went over dead right field position to back that up. Nice job, Levi.
Definitely was. And that's what you're there to do, right?
That's exactly right. Don't sit often.
2 outs coming up to the plate. Center fielder number 8, Quentin Williams. Flied out to center field and struck out.
We got 2 outs here, so this is a point where if you want Quentin Williams to lead off that next inning, you may send this runner, try to get him in scoring position.
Yeah, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Here's the pitch from Dickin.
Yeah, Quentin's been very patient so far. He's taken a lot of pitches, but he's 0 for 2.
Yeah. 2-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Again, that outside fastball. Quentin trying to pull it. And, again, to me right now, the place you won't hit it is to the left side because that's where the tough field is to play right now with the wind.
Especially as a left-handed hitter, right?
Yeah, go with the pitch.
Especially that outside pitch, yeah. 2-1 on the inside. Nice job by Miller to glove that one. A little backhand there.
You know, Powell County has I don't know. You have to have a guy behind the plate that can really block the ball. We've had a lot of really good catchers played here at Powell County.
I would agree with that. It's the pitch. Shot to center field. It's going to be deep. Wells going to track it down.
Nope.
It's going to get to the fence. He'll make a quick throw back in. Throw. Oh, I thought it was going to be a play at the plate.
Would have been.
Yeah, just didn't quite get that one out of the glove cleanly. So another run will score, and it will be a double for Williams and an RBI.
Yeah, because you can't assume that ball was going to be thrown to the plate to give the air, but it was bobbled, and it would have had maybe a chance at the plate. But
yeah. I thought there was going to be one, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the hardest hit ball of the night right there.
Yeah.
Again, that's where it does travel, though. Left center, right center field is where the ball will travel, and Levi's playing fairly shallow.
Not that it even would have been close at the plate, but there at least would have been.
He would definitely been throwing.
Close enough.
He'd been trying to make an attempt there.
Yep. Ball 1 to Keaton Maggard.
You got to give credit to the hitter there. He just ripped one.
Two outs. Runner at second. Letcher Central now leading 5-3. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Chopper is going to be foul. You always hate that.
Got to
right?
read. They got to read on Dickin.
And at that point, as the batter, I'm just throwing this out there. As a batter, you have to realize how far down the line the runner is coming from second. Sometimes I think you just lay off of that pitch, right?
Well, I mean,
get the runner there regardless.
If it's your pitch, you drive it. But yeah, right. But that one, he had third easy.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. To me, you got to let that pitch go. They weren't even going to come close to catching him. 1-1 to Keaton Maggard, left fielder. Second is Williams. Two outs. Top of the fourth. It's going to be a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Maggard.
So 5-3 your score. Runner on second. Again, Letcher Central on top.
Need the out. Can ill afford to give up another run. You found yourself trailing 3-0 to start the game. Bounce back to make it 4-3. Now it's 5-3 in favor of Letcher Central. Pitch on the inside, going to miss.
Letcher Central did what they needed to do. They answered the Pirates scoring 3 in the bottom of the inning. Answered with a run, at least a run here in the top of the fourth. That was a big answer by Letcher Central.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Going to get the big strikeout. Nice job that time by Dickin for out number 3. They'll get 1 run. The Pirates find themselves trailing 5-3. We'll take a quick break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hey, it's Kristen, Marketing Manager at Appalachian Wireless. I have some great news. Switching to the region's best network has never been easier. With nationwide portability, you can now bring your number to Appalachian Wireless and experience exceptional local customer service with coverage that keeps you connected. Switch to the carrier that puts you first at home or wherever you go. Make the switch today. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or stop by one of our retail or authorized dealer locations for more information. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
You are not alone. Call Mountain Comprehensive Care Center today at 606-663-3336 or visit our Stanton Clinic at 369 North Main Street.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth inning here at the Stanton City Park, Powell County High School baseball field. So we are, Letcher Central came back with 1 run there in the top of the fourth inning to make it a 5-3 lead after the Pirates had scored 3 in the bottom of the third. Powell County needs to come out here. Again, it's going to be Knox to lead off for Powell County. Knox, Wireman, and Dylan Trent. That's the part of the order where we got it going last time. I'd like to see it going again here. Powell County needs to get that run back. I'm not sure how much longer these 2 starting pitchers will go for the respective teams. Josh Grove saying hello to Matt here. They were teammates.
Yeah.
Josh maybe a year older, or maybe a year or so older. I think Matt was juniors when Josh was a senior, I believe. I got to coach those guys.
Not more than a year.
I got to coach those guys in basketball and Matt in baseball, so They were a pleasure. Let me tell you, pleasure to coach. Now they're looking over at Matt. Get back to your dugout.
I know, right?
Yeah.
This is the umpire like, what's going on back here? Clear it out. Again, Kane Knox, as David mentioned, up to the plate for the Pirates. Grounded out to end the second inning. Pitch on the outside for ball one. Again, the Pirates trailing 5-3. Let's see if they can answer here in this inning. There's a shot. Yep, right over the shortstop's head. Going to get the single. Nice job by Kane Knox to lead things off.
Hit the ball hard there in the first inning, but the second baseman made a nice play on it. This time, not to be done. That was just a nice, solid single up the middle. And that'll bring up Big E. Don't think they'll miss this side. Again, they threw one to the inside corner last time, and he put it between the 5-6 hole, right what you're supposed to do with the ball. But to me, Ethan, you cannot throw him anything inside half.
Yeah, had a single and then a run scored to get the Pirates on the board. Here's the pitch. There's a chopper right to the shortstop, and Knox will get back safely.
Yeah, that little soft line drive did not have the carry. Had a lot of overspin by Ethan. Pitched down the middle. Got his hands extended, though. Got away with one.
So Boggs, the shortstop, basically an easy play for him for out number one on that
little soft
shot.
Soft line drive.
Dylan Trent up to the plate. Reached on an error on the sacrifice bunt and was stranded over at third. First pitch is going to miss for ball one.
Knox got a pretty good lead over at first base. They might try to check him here. Either you got confidence in Trent to hit, or is he a really good bunter?
Here's the pitch.
That's trouble.
Ball to right field, and it's going to get by, and it will. Knox going to have to go to third. Going to have to get there quickly.
He'll get there. Ball's bobbled on the cutoff. Nice turn, but again, what we were checking this out during the break. The wind from left field blowing almost dead end. We got a shift. When you're back here, the ball is going out to right. Again, this is one of those nights where it blows out to right field. Your right fielder should be playing deep right now. Obviously, your left fielder and center field can play in, but your right fielder, or if you're playing in center, you got to be playing a little bit deeper.
And again, the way that the wind, it looked like he was going to get there underneath it, and all of a sudden it just blows right past him.
Yes.
And then the throw, not necessarily good, and then Knox did the right thing as far as, he had to stay where he was halfway between first and second.
Yeah.
And it looked like the outfielder was going to make the catch. Again, that's Brett Smith, and he doesn't. And then at that point, by the time he gets to second.
See, he's playing now where he should have been playing prior to that pitch.
Yeah.
Again, this is a idiosyncrasy with this field. And I was here long enough to get the coach to watch. One of the guys who went to the Hall of Fame this weekend, my cousin Lee J. Faulkner, really kind of loved days like this where the wind's blowing in from left. He could really hit it out to right. He was a left-handed batter. He had a lot of home runs here. But Powell County doesn't have a tendency to have a ton of left-handed batters. But this is the time of day or night that you want to hit. You want to be hitting left-handed toward right field because that's your shortest distance. The ball will travel to right here.
So we're going to have a pitching change.
Wonder how long that's going to take, right?
Quentin Williams, a lefty here.
He's the race.
We'll just keep it right here at this point. Again, the Pirates trailing 5-3. Williams coming up to the plate with runners at second and third with one out.
Again, this is a kid. He was at Nod Central when he was an 8th grader, or I believe it was the 8th grade year. And I watched him pitch Ken there in a regional tournament game, and he pitched against Powell County. And I'm thinking, this kid will be absolutely phenomenal at some point. And I don't know if he's still as good as what I thought he was going to be. But to me, he was almost one of those can't-miss guys at the next level. Good stuff, good fastball. I'm talking about his freshman, sophomore years. But he's been at Letcher. I think now this is probably his 4th year at Letcher Central. So you can see a lot of movement on the fastball. Got good break on the curveball. So this is one of those kids where you just love to see it. And Powell County doesn't normally do well against the lefties. But we'll see how they do against Quentin Williams here.
And in general, there's not a lot of lefties that we come across throughout the season, right? No matter if it's this year or last year. I mean, you could go on. It's rare that you have a lefty at the high school level that we've seen, right? You know, again,
you're exactly right. We had a run here at Powell County for a while where we had 2 or 3 guys on our staff for a few years where we were really almost left-hand loaded. And normally there's not a lot of lefties here, but when we usually have a lefty, they're pretty good. I can remember some lefties we've had that have been just phenomenal pitchers. But again, I think part of it is, like you just said, these right-handed batters in high school baseball don't see a ton of guys throw from the left side.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter where you play. It's not just a Powell County thing. I think it's pretty much everywhere.
So now stepping up to the plate for the Pirates, Drew Miller is going to get time. I like that. I like the fact that he actually called time there.
Well, getting a little head game here.
Yeah,
base
exactly,
hit,
yeah.
Base hit and tie it up here. Again, to me, I think you want to try to drive the ball the other way to get an opportunity to score 2 runs here.
He had a single on a bunt last time and an eventual run scored. Swing and a miss on the foul tip for strike
and you're going to
one.
definitely see a velocity change here between the two pitchers.
Yeah. That was easy just in the warm-up, right? That's the first thing that I noticed. Like, okay, he's got a little bit more speed than Little.
And Little's more of a curveball guy. Quentin can throw it all.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Swung underneath that one for strike 2.
Again, we've been velocitized for 4 innings.
Yeah.
These guys have batted twice, and it's the third at bat, but now seeing a totally different arm angle, different slot, different side of the plate, and different velocity.
And it's hard to get caught up with that, right?
Yeah.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Pop that one up.
I'm not
out of play. Not sure where it's at, but behind us regardless.
Josie wasn't going to stop eating. She was in mid-chew.
Yeah, didn't
wasn't going to move.
Did she?
No,
nope.
Wasn't going to help us at all.
I lost that one. I looked up.
Mid-grape or pineapple. I'm not sure what it was, but
0-2. So what you're saying is don't turn her mic on. Oh, swing and a miss for the strikeout. 2 strikeouts for Miller on the night. It's going to be out number 2. Levi Wells stepping up, who was unfortunately struck out twice.
Now,
Let's see how he handles it.
This is where Levi shortens the swing. Shortens the swing, poke it into right field, get the couple runs in.
Here's the pitch. High, going to miss for ball 1.
And this is the guy in the lineup right now, and I'm not, maybe because he's related, but this is the kid I want up to the plate right now.
Here's the pitch. It's going to be high, ball 2.
Got such a short swing. He can go the other way with the ball. Got a good eye at the plate normally. To me, he's one of those dangerous kind of hitters in this spot.
First base is open. Here's the pitch. There's a shot to second base. And Watt's going to be right there on the 4-3. Ground out for out number 3. Going to leave 2 stranded as Letcher County Central will lead 5-3. We'll take a break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hey, it's Kristen, Marketing Manager at Appalachian Wireless. I have some great news. Switching to the region's best network has never been easier. With nationwide portability, you can now bring your number to Appalachian Wireless and experience exceptional local customer service with coverage that keeps you connected. Switch to the carrier that puts you first at home or wherever you go. Make the switch today. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or stop by one of our retail or authorized dealer locations for more information. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
You are not alone. Call Mountain Comprehensive Care Center today at 606-663-3336 or visit our Stanton Clinic at 369 North Main Street.
You're listening to PCSN.
And welcome back here. I do have a correction to make. One of my old pals from Letcher Central, Bumper Adams, has let me know that Quentin was at Letcher Central his 8th grade year when I saw him pitch. It was at Knott County when I saw him. I just assuming I was assuming that, I don't know, but we were at Knott County, and I just drew the two together. But Quentin's been a Letcher the entire time, and I tell you what, he's going to be as you just saw, a phenomenal pitcher. So thank you, Bumper. Appreciate that. Beat me in a regional tournament championship game there at Jenkins. Bumper, dang it. Thanks for listening to us up in Letcher County, though.
So we have a pitching change for the Pirates. Kane Knox coming in. Not quite sure who ended up going over to right field. But regardless, Kane Knox, the right fielder, now stepping up to pitch.
Maybe Tucker Ramsey? No. Somebody's in left is
Well,
new left fielder as well, right? Okay, Dickin is in at third. So
did Wells go to left field? That's
yes,
Wells
he did.
in left field,
Wells
and
is in
Ramsey is out.
Ramsey out. Okay, so we try to reconfigure this lineup here. So Levi Wells is in left field. Dickin goes to third. Trent probably went to center. I'm going to assume that. So we still don't know who is in right. So Ramsey is out. Dickin stays in, play third.
Pitch by Knox. There's a called strike.
Tell you what, Kane's got a little pop on the ball that obviously haven't seen him all season, but that had a little life to that fastball.
Little at the plate. He went. Yeah, he sure did.
Yes, he
did.
Good call.
He tried to stop it and made a decent attempt, and
Who
unfortunately,
do you have up here?
just
Do you
went
have this is Little, right?
Yes. Had 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Definitely need to get him out. Don't need him to be the leadoff base runner. Here's the pitch. Gonna come in and almost a catch. Great attempt that time. Over
That's a good
in
break.
right
Who
field.
was that?
12?
No.
It is.
Maybe it's 22.
Is that Dickin? Did Dickin go over there?
Dickin's at third.
Ramsey.
But I don't think that's Tucker, is it?
All I know is I saw
Can't
2.
see it.
Right, you
Yeah,
can't.
he's that far. But it was a nice effort, though. At first, I thought it was just a routine little pop up the infield, but it carried that far.
Yep, he got the base hit. Pitch gonna be called strike. Oh, no, this is 22 that's up to the plate. Man, they've got us all over the place here. I'm gonna have it.
Oh, that's right. They changed. It's the Hall, Clay Hall. We changed it earlier.
Yep. First pitch was a strike. Strike 2. And I will apologize to the listeners. This is our first game of the season, so you know.
We're coming fresh from basketball to baseball. It's a big difference. But, man, I tell you what, it's nice to see a little baseball action.
Absolutely. 0-2 is the count. Nobody out. Hall up the plate. There's a pitch. Chopper. Oh, lifted up.
Yes, he
Wireman
did.
sure did. He had it and just, I'm not sure why he lifted up, but he wasn't even close to even fielding it when he lifted up.
That's when you just take a knee, let it hit you in the chest,
right.
step on first base, and go on. Now, I don't think you're ever going to turn 2 right there.
No.
But you step on first base, you get the 1 out, you got a runner at second, you go from there.
So an error on the first baseman. Yeah, I wasn't even close to him even fielding it. I'm not sure why he
raised dead straight up. Thinking he was going to get a hop, and he stayed low.
You can't think that, though. That's why you got to get down, like you said, on one knee and let that hit you in the chest or whatever you have to do. That can't get by you. He easily could have had a double play if he'd have touched first and then thrown it to second.
That's possible.
Probably could have done it, but regardless, runners at first and second. And there's going to be a called strike to Mason Boggs.
You know, really, so far this inning, you had a little bloop to second base that carried into right field. Then a ball that easily should be played. You would have 2 guys really sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
With 2 outs here and nobody on, no pressure. Kane got to find a way out of this jam.
And in some ways, that's almost kind of the way that Kane Knox, when he is pitching, has been at times.
Matt has something on here.
Kane, again, solid pitching, but doesn't necessarily get the backup defensively at times. See if they can turn it around.
Matt showing bunt.
Yeah.
You could tell sometimes, now he's going to say hit away. sometimes when you call signals, they're so obvious that there's a signal on and everybody's reacting to it. So, but again, if you execute, it doesn't matter.
1 ball, 1 strike now. Nobody out. Runners at first and second for Letcher Central. Leading 5-3 here. Top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. There's a shot right up the middle. Going to get one. That's it. Runners on the corners and the fielder's choice.
6-4 on the put out at second. Runner advances to first. And runner at second goes to third base. So that'll bring up Smith, the right fielder.
Yep, grounded out, struck out.
You can't look at the flags right now. It's almost blowing dead to right field and not even in from left now.
Cloud cover starting to move in. Pop that one up. Right here behind us. Nope. In front of us. Oh, and missed it was the catcher. I missed that one. I looked up.
I'll tell you what. I might be glad he missed that one because nobody covered the plate.
They did not. That's a good point. Yep.
And it could have been just a jog in that time by the runner at third. Somebody got to cover the plate.
Yeah, I lost that one in the lights. I thought it was going to be out of play.
So probably goes down as an E2, I would think right now, but we'll see what happens to the batter. As far as the pitching stat goes.
Yep. No balls, 1 strike to Brett Smith, the right fielder. Runners on the corners.
Wouldn't surprise me to see a bunt here.
Just 1 out. Miller going to call time to go talk to Kane Knox.
Maybe talk the entire infield here because this is a play where, at least talk to your middle infielders, they may send the runner from first on a straight steal or play a hit and run and hit, however you want to call it. Send your runner from first base, put the ball in play, try to score, see what can happen. Again, you have 1 out, so just a ball in the infield probably scores a runner at third. But you can't have a double play.
0-1. Here's the pitch.
I like the call. It's suicide squeeze is on.
Run down. And Knox going to have it. And going to get the out.
So 2-5-1 on the put out.
Out number 2.
Good call, Dave. Oh, man.
That was a good call. Boggs goes down to second on that one.
Matt, I knew what he was doing right there.
And I believe Smith struck out. Is that correct?
No, he's still at bat. He's got 2 strikes. He missed.
He does have 2
strikes. He just
strikes.
missed the pitch on the bunt attempt, and Matt was at it.
Okay,
that ball
there
has
you go.
got to be put down.
That didn't seem. I was thinking at that point maybe I missed something there on the pitch count, but yeah. All right, so 2 outs now. Nice job that time by the Pirates. Unfortunately, Little got caught up in that one. Came a little bit too far.
Show bunt again.
Well off the mark there.
And Powell County's playing back. If he gets a bunt down of any length at all, they don't have a chance to get him out.
2-1.
Warming deep. Third baseman coming in a little bit with Dickin. He probably has to have third.
Here's the pitch. Strike. Yep.
On the corner. That's 3.
No, 2-2.
That's just 2-2 because pulled the pitch back on the bunt.
Yes, correct.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why Matt was saying we got to have that down on the suicide. Got to have the bunt attempt.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. 5-3 is your score. Letcher County Central leading the Powell County Pirates. Going to be high. The count's going to go full.
Would like to say, though, early on in the season, the way they played that, especially with Dickin in at third base now, the way they played that rundown almost to perfection. Again, you don't want to run them all the way to the plate, but, again, I thought the catcher, the third baseman all handled it the way they were supposed to in that rundown.
Agreed. Nice execution that time by the Pirates. 3-2. Nope, going to miss. Going to give up the walk. It's the second walk on the night. The
Brings
first
up
for
Johnson.
Kane Knox.
Nope. This is a new hitter?
Are we out of order?
No, this is a new hitter. They haven't told
28.
us.
Okay.
28, yeah. So that is, you go ahead while I go look for 28 up here.
Dylan Eldridge.
You found it for me. Good job. Batting for
Johnson. Who struck out twice. The pitch, going to miss outside. Knox just hanging the ball out there just a little bit too far. Trying to hit that outside edge, but just not quite coming across the plate when it reaches that. Not off by much, that's for sure.
No.
There's the 1-0.
Faulkner Miller trying to get the guy to bite to go to third base. Throwing behind the runner, faking behind the runner at first.
0-2.
Letcher not biting.
I think at this point, I think that Knox almost needs to come inside, right? He's missed on the outside. Just get it back on the inside just to throw the...
He's just hanging on to the ball right now.
Yeah. There's a called strike.
Let it flow.
Sometimes you can grip a little bit
yeah,
too much.
I think it's exactly what he's doing. Maybe too tight of a grip.
Yeah.
Just staying on top of it. Go ahead and release your normal release. Just let the ball dance.
2-1. There's the pitch.
Again, just throwing across his body, just a touch.
Yeah.
Same thing there, just kind of holding on to it too long. Maybe he knows something we don't know. Maybe he'd rather face the next batter.
I don't know. Then that would load the bases.
It would.
You got to get him out here to me. 3-1. Going to be high, going to miss. So back-to-back walks. It's going to send Boggs down to third, Smith over to second, Eldridge over to first, and that's going to bring up
Watts.
Number 11, Kobe Watts, second baseman.
Infield single in the fourth.
Yep.
Ground out to first in the second. So it's hit it kind of weakly both times up, but he has made contact both times against Dickin. It's his first at bat against Knox.
Well, maybe Kane wasn't getting those strikes because, the home plate wasn't cleaned off.
Probably. He just holding on to it too long.
Yeah, he is. You can tell. And he's kind of, as you said, he's kind of coming across his body.
He's just falling off to the left.
Right.
He's just got to kind of stay right here in the line.
Yeah.
We can see it from here. I don't know if they can see it from the side or not, but we can see it easily from here.
Yeah, he's coming across his body on his release, and he's releasing late. Here's the pitch. There's a good one. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Still falling off a little bit, but that release was a lot better.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Letcher Central with the bases loaded, leading 5-3. Here comes the pitch. High is going to miss.
Well, no place to put him.
2-1.
This has got to come in here with a good strike. I think if you're Matt, probably telling your guy, look, if it don't look like it's close, you don't swing at all.
Well, you definitely can't give up a run, right? Already trailing by 2. Pirates have not led. It's a pitch called strike.
Got the high strike.
Yeah, he definitely got a good call on that one, yeah. Thought that would have been a ball, but
to a taller hitter, it would have been a strike, but to this young man, I believe it should have been a ball, but we'll take it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. See if we can get the punch out here.
And yes.
Yep, struck him out.
On the curveball. Hello.
So they'll leave the bases loaded. They won't get any runs across as the Pirates will come up to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th, trailing 5-3. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network here on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
At Powell County Farm Bureau, they pride themselves on helping customers in Stanton and the surrounding area get the insurance coverage that's right for them. With a local team of agents, including James Dennis and Anna Tipton, claims staff, and customer service representatives, their members enjoy unmatched dedication and personal attention. Call 606-663-2222 or stop in today at 170 Court Street in Stanton and let them show you why they're Kentucky's insurance company. That's your Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to the Stanton City Park. Again, Quentin Williams still on the mound for Letcher. It'll be second inning of work for him. Powell County coming up with Poe, Dickin, and Begley here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And
3, 4, and 5 hitters.
Knox in that last inning, Ken, stranded him. I mean, he struggled a little bit with his control, and that's something that with Kane you really never see. But it is early in the season. Did struggle with control a bit, but with him, I'm thinking, okay, he'll throw it right where he wants it almost every time. It's just didn't have his typical control, but it is early in the season.
Well, on one hand, the first two batters probably should have been out. In theory,
yes,
right?
yes,
Again, he gets out of the jam and doesn't give up any runs, but still, his defense behind him didn't necessarily help.
Yeah,
his cause.
First ball wound up being a fly ball to right field. It was actually a pop up that normally goes just to second base.
Yeah,
and then the ground ball. So Ethan should have definitely played that. So we'll see if Carter Poe can get the Pirates started here in the top of the fifth.
Lefty on lefty. I always like seeing this matchup. Right?
I don't think it bothers Carter that much.
Probably not, but I always like seeing that though.
Two of the top players in the region probably right here, Ken.
Pitch going to miss on the outside. 1-0. Grounded out, a single, and then a run scored by Carter Poe. Lacey Dickin, as David mentioned, on deck. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 2. Again, Quentin Williams on the mound. Coming in relief for Andrew Little. Setting up on the outside.
Oh,
Big
what a rip.
Swing and a miss.
What a rip.
It's a good
That's
pitch
your one
that
free
time.
swing. Next time, drive that thing to the left center.
Nice job by Dawson Kinser. The catcher is going to set up in the same spot. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss again. He's swinging under him.
Right back where it comes from. What you got to try to do here.
Yep.
0-2, kind of protect a little bit, go the other way.
Two and two. I was say I'd have stepped out of the box. Yep, he's going to.
Good job.
Good move, yeah.
Well, I think Williams was kind of maybe not as decisive on that pitch that they were
he was a little bit unsettled, right? And taking a little bit more time, but
still on something different.
Yep, nice job by Poe though. Again, step out, get yourself reset. Here's the 2-2. Going to miss low and outside. Count is full. 3-2.
Just don't think whatever the pitch was being called that he really wanted to throw.
You can pick up his pitch pretty easily, right? Coming out of his hand there. A little bit more speed on that one. He's going to foul that one off.
Catcher's interference? Or is it just off?
I think he.
Okay. Foul tip off the glove?
Yeah. Count will remain full.
Sometimes you see that action right there, though, and you think maybe the bat may have hit it with the sound, but I guess just took one off the bat.
3-2. Williams on the mound. Poe up at the plate for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Foul that one back into the net.
I don't think he wants to throw another one to that spot. That was a lot of meat on that bone that Carter left out on that one.
Three-two. Here's the pitch. And it's going to get the walk. We'll take
good
it.
At bat. That's a really good at bat.
That was a good at bat. And that time Williams just hung it up a little bit too high. Didn't quite get the break that he was looking for. Coming up to the plate now, Lacey Dickin. How did he reach his last plate appearance in the third?
Fielder's choice. on the bunt.
Okay. Forgot to mark that one down. I had him going all the way to third, obviously, in that one, but didn't write down how he got there. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Foul that one off
That's
back
in the
here
courts.
behind us. Strike one.
The games have ended. Good thing for them, right?
Yep. Of course, coming up here in the next week, there'll probably be practices going on over there. Throw over to first. They'll get back.
You know, I tell you what, the city has done is just an amazing job with what all has gone on here with all the parks they've got, the soccer field.
This is the last 20 years or whatever it's been, right? I mean, it really has. So many improvements.
That local tax dollar to work. Good job, Stanton City.
And I'd like to think that, as taxpayers, that, being able to see your money work like that, another foul ball out of play.
And, used to, I can remember the day where we were playing right here, Ken, and all these balls that you're hitting back here were in the field.
Right,
you didn't see them anymore. We had to go through the high weeds to find baseballs. Now it's all blacktop concrete ball
Listen,
fields.
just the soccer fields, the ball courts, playground equipment, walking track. Going to miss on that pitch.
Mr. Childers was one of the guys that initiated the grant to have all this built, and man, would he be proud of what he's here today?
No doubt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lacey Dickin. Carter Poe over at first. Got a nice lead over there. Williams has a nice throw over to first. Here's the pitch home. And he went after it. Did he go? Nope. They're going to say he didn't.
Well, here's the thing.
That was close.
The first base umpire or the infield umpire is now behind the pitcher's mound.
Yes, as opposed to down the first base line where he'd have that better angle.
He did ask.
He's going to say safe.
Matt
Rigsby,
Well, he did ask, and the field umpire really never gave a gesture. That's what Matt was kind of upset about.
Yeah.
And honestly, from my angle, it looked like he went.
I thought he did too.
But we'll
if
take
he
it.
held up,
Calculated
it was literally like, right on the line.
Doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter. Nope. Foul tip into the glove for out number 1. Does the ball never lie in baseball?
Yeah, well, that's what we say, right? Sometimes it does.
It's usually a basketball.
I know one
reference,
thing.
but
basketball, it seems like there's a missed call or something that happens. It's always a point on the other team. Somebody always scores. So
yeah.
I'm not sure what happens in basketball. Begley up here got big hits last time up.
A couple of RBIs as well. Throw back over to first.
I think Carter's got his move, or at least one of his moves read. He may have a step-off move.
Again, the Pirates trailing 5-3, bottom of the 5th. 1 out, runner over at first. Pirates up at the plate. There's a strike.
Third baseman was absolutely breathing down his throat. And I think you got to play for a big inning here, though. I think you're not bunting.
Yeah, I agree. And even with that pitch, I'm kind of surprised he wasn't necessarily swinging away. Well, he will on that one for strike 2.
That's a good cut, though.
It was a
that
good
was
cut.
a good cut by Bo. Del Rosario on deck for the Pirates.
Got to get runs. Again, you have a leadoff walk. Struck him out.
That was
3 straight pitches.
A good pitch by Williams.
Out number 2. Nope. That's not Del Rosario.
17 is a new batter for the Pirates. That's
Ryder
Linden. So Linden will bat here for Del Rosario.
Okay, well, that was
a little bit of a jig.
That was a WSKV leadoff song there. All right, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Powell County trailing. Need to at least get a run here. Here's the pitch. Oh, that was a big cut.
I tell you what, he got his money's worth.
Yeah, you're right. Need to make the contact.
If he does make contact, could be some trouble.
Here's the pitch. Oh, and chasing after that high ball.
I tell you what, though, what a great pitch by Williams to go up the ladder thinking he's going to be aggressive, and he was. Now, if he comes back with a curveball of some kind, there's no chance.
I bet he's taken. I bet he doesn't even swing at this one.
Oh, he'll swing.
Oh!
On the corner, on the inside corner with that left hand.
3 strikeouts after giving up
the walk.
The walk started off. Pirates lead 1 stranded, still trailing 5-3. We'll head to the top of the 6th. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network here on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
At Powell County Farm Bureau, they pride themselves on helping customers in Stanton and the surrounding area get the insurance coverage that's right for them. With a local team of agents, including James Dennis and Anna Tipton, claims staff, and customer service representatives, their members enjoy unmatched dedication and personal attention. Call 606-663-2222 or stop in today at 170 Court Street in Stanton, and let them show you why they're Kentucky's insurance company. That's your Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to the Stanton City Park, as we've really bragged on it tonight. And like I said, has it really grown? Again, all the new additions we have now. If you're out here at the park, you've got 2 enclosed areas beyond the dugouts, which was way too big anyway. And they've closed those areas in. What's going on around the park is just phenomenal. So, again, kudos to our Stanton City Council, city government. Again, the restaurant tax is most of this right here. So, for all those businesses out there with the restaurant tax, thank you guys for helping the city put it on, putting that money to good work, and making a really nice facility for our kids. That's what the big thing is.
That's what it's all about.
We'll
head to the top of the order for the Cougars: Dawson Kinser, Quentin Williams, and Keaton Maggard. Here's a pitch. Going to miss for ball 1.
I'm used to seeing Kane throwing really down in the zone. He's throwing more up in the zone here tonight as far as occasionally.
Kinser had a double to lead the game off. Eventual run scored in that first inning. There's a call. Oh.
It's a little bit high.
Okay.
I thought.
Struck out and then flied out. 2-0. They have 1-0 on the. There's a called strike. 2-1 now. Again, Letcher Central leading 5-3. Season opener for the Pirates. Letcher Central lost last night on the road. I believe it was on the road to Breathitt County. Called strike. They lost 12-11. Led 11-0.
That would have been rough. Maybe we'll have an answer here late in the innings.
Foul that one off, out of play.
Somebody said I got it. I wouldn't try, but
nope.
He didn't. He gave up on it.
2-2.
They did call it. What did they say when you call it? Go get it, right?
Well, without a glove, it does sting just
It does sting a bit. Yes, it does.
I've had a ball print, right in the palm of my hand.
Try to be macho and say it doesn't hurt.
Well, I mean, it does hurt. The problem is those that you got to still catch it.
Well, you're supposed to, right? I mean, you go to a major league game, you that fly ball, but man, does it really hurt?
Listen, I caught one, as you know, last year, 2 years ago. My kids had gone to the concession stand. There's a foul ball hit. I catch it, and they're not there to witness it.
See, now you can just say you caught it, and they said, no, you didn't. You bought one.
Foul ball.
Out of play. I got one up there a couple years ago. We went to a game in line drive, and it was like right off my hand. I drop it. Billy Hatcher was first base coach at the time. He just looked up. Just shook his head. Next half inning, he was nice. He just tosses me a ball.
Ah, well, there you go.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
And just so you know, there's no record of me actually catching that because, anymore when you go back and look at the recaps of it, they cut out all that stuff.
Yeah.
Going to get the walk.
I really kind of felt more proud that Billy Hatcher just tossed me the ball.
One, yeah. He felt sorry for you, didn't he?
He saw me miss. Yeah, he felt real bad for me because here I am trying to catch one. It'd been a nice catch if I'd have made it, but man, it did Man, he left a whelp.
Right.
It was a shot. Had it right off the pad of my hand, though, Anyway, runner at first are on ball 4 again.
Yeah, we'll get back to the game and not talk about us. 5-3, runner at first on the walk, given up by Kane Knox. Now Quentin Williams up at the plate.
We saw what he did last time.
Yep, going to take a ball.
He drove one to the new fence out there.
Yeah, he did. Had an RBI with that double. He's flied out and struck out as well.
Really quiet at the plate. Quiet hands. Has a pretty good eye.
Long time coming for this pitch. Here's the delivery. Going to miss on the outside. The runner goes. Going to be there. Nope, safe.
That's stolen base.
I was going to throw that time by Miller, though, make it a little bit closer than
for what
probably what it should have been.
For what he had to work with, yes.
Yeah. 2-0 now to Williams. Nobody out.
I mean, that may have been a pitch out, but it was so far out it really gave Miller trouble.
5-3. Letcher Central leading up at the plate. Here's the pitch to Williams. Oh, that one goes right off of the face mask of Miller. And he's strike one.
Didn't phase him. What's this Coach Z come over getting that ball? What's he doing? Is that? I think that's who that was, isn't it?
I didn't even notice. Nope. By the time I looked over there, he's
send your players,
walking back
send
the
your
other
players
way.
over here, Coach. Come on.
2-1. Runner at second. Nobody out. Knox just now set. Be on the outside.
Just really kind of falling off and
3-1.
just kind of leaving that hand, not finishing the pitch. But maybe you don't want to finish to Williams. You got first base open. You don't want to get beat with this guy, but you got 3 coming up here.
He's definitely struggled, that's for sure. Again, first game of the season. I'm going to foul that one off. Count's going to go full.
That may go in the concession stand. It's on a pretty good line.
Full count. Knox not even on the rubber, and Williams just staying in the box.
You ready? Getting ready for that pitch timer in that
3-2.
next level.
Here's the pitch. Foul that one off, out of play.
Good hustle.
Oh, in the Pirate dugout, I thought I was going to be more out of play.
Well, I did too. I thought it was going to go over the dugout, but you're right. Wind is blowing cross now. We're pretty much from left field to right field. There's no more blowing in from left. Just a dead cross.
Still the hustle by Miller. He's done that a few times tonight.
Now, when that wind switches, comes the other way, out of the north, we're getting that cold air later on, right?
Yeah. I don't want it, though. Just
no, me neither. I like it right now. Take it.
Yeah, we've had nice weather in the 70s. Just keep that around. And just being able to see the sunshine. There's a grounder. Oh, nice backhanded catch long. Oh, he just sailed that throw. 1 run's going to score. Runner's going to go to second. Man, what a great play that time by Dick. And down at third, though, backhanded stop. And then when he released that one, it just sailed over Wireman over at first. So Kinser will come in.
The bad thing is on that play, since he fielded the ball and threw it away, it has to be an error.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a great play to field the ball.
Yeah, again, he made a great stop and just
an errant throw.
Yeah. 6-3 now.
That's a big run.
Yeah.
But again, what did Williams do that I talk about a lot? He just went the other way with the pitch. If the ball was outside, you go with it, you drive it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I said, Dick did a nice job of fielding the ball.
In some ways, I feel like lefties can do that better, right? Going it, driving it, as opposed to a right.
George Brett, Tony Gwynn, those kinds of guys, yeah. But there are right-hand hitters who can do that. It's just you see a lot of lefty slappers kind of. Pete Rose was that kind of way. Ichiro is that way.
But to me, I can hit both sides. But for me, I throw right, but I feel like the left side, I'm better at hitting and approaching the plate. It's hard to explain. Runner goes, easily out. Yep, sure enough. Yep, good throw that time by Miller to get Williams out on the stolen base for out number 1.
It's kind of a gift out that time.
Yeah, I think I don't mind the call as far as
No, I'll take it.
Rigsby. You know what I'm saying? To try and catch him off guard and see if you can't get one in scoring position.
With the way Kane has struggled, I mean, I'm not sure I'm running any bases right now, but he has struggled to get in the strike zone.
3-0 is the count now to Keaton Maggard, the left fielder, with Little on deck.
It does look like he might have picked up a little velocity, but I think he may have lost a little bit of his control. Sometimes there is a fine line between doing both.
But now on that pitch, I felt like he was a little bit more settled in, right?
Had to have a strike.
Yeah.
Took a little off. Same with that pitch.
Yep. Pop fly in the infield. Who's going to call it? Is that shortstop Begley?
Oh, that should be Poe.
Oh, excuse me, Poe. Begley, the second baseman.
But anyway, anything that's been in the air has been an adventure. So.
Yes, it has. Andrew Little now stepping up to the plate. He has been on base all 3 times. 2 singles, a double, 2 runs scored. Was eventually caught in a rundown the last plate appearance. Down at third. Gonna miss. Ball 1. 6-3. Letcher Central leading the Pirates. Got their work cut out for them. Again, with the exception of that 3rd inning, Pirates have come up empty. There's a chopper, fair. Yeah, sure enough. It's going to get by Dick and a long way to go down in left field. Going to be easily a stand-up double.
So now you're thinking about that runner that got cut down on the steal attempt. Williams gets thrown out at third, and then you come up with this double. So, this is when, as a coach, somebody just kick yourself in the butt. So why did I do that for? If I hadn't, would have scored another run.
Right? You can second guess yourself, but I still felt like it was probably a good call, right, just to take that chance.
No, I mean, I'm just doing the same thing I'm sure Matt's doing, right?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
You always do that. It's just natural. It's like all the fans do too, right?
Yeah, you second guess yourself. Should I have done that or not? But hindsight's 20/20. 2 outs.
Well, I look at it this way. If you're at second base, Ken, if you're at second base and you get a base hit, that guy's scoring anyway. There's not that big of a difference. Maybe this park, I get that, but I'm not that sure I want to risk a guy going to third base with less than 2 outs here.
Sure, I get that. There's a chopper down to third. Dickin will have it. Long throw over to first, and they'll get the out. So 5-3 ground out for out number 3. That'll end the inning, but Letcher County Central will score another run. We'll take a quick break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? It's our promise to be more than a bank. We're your partner in growth, success, and community. From personal banking to business solutions, we're here to guide you through today's opportunities and tomorrow's challenges. This is Angie Rogers. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. If you would like to learn more, give me a call at 606-663-2283. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At Wells Funeral Home, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Such a loving event celebrates the choices they made, the relationship you shared, and honors the memory of your loved one. Together, we will create a fitting and memorable event. Contact us today to discuss the possibilities. Call 606-663-9480 or visit us at 777 West College Avenue in Stanton.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School's opening game of baseball season. Here from the Charles Childers Field, Stanton City Park. Again, it is Letcher Central still on top here. The score of 6-3 as the Pirates come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Williams still on the hill for Letcher Central, and it will be for the Pirates coming up. It will be Trent.
No.
Knox. Excuse me.
Wireman Trent.
Knox, pinch hitter. We had a pinch hitter last time. It looks like it's going to be back to Wireman, and we'll see who's coming up next. You got some other news for us?
Montgomery County defeats GRC in the regional tournament on a last-second shot. So GRC, obviously one of the top 5 teams, 10 teams in the state as far as rankings. They go down to Montgomery County, so congratulations to the Indians in Montgomery County.
Yeah, dominant performance in that region by Clark County in the last few years.
And if anything, the Pirates did defeat
I was going
Montgomery
to. I
County.
thought it.
You
We
know,
did defeat
they
them.
lost the second time, but yet defeated them here at home. So
that can be said, right?
that can be said, yes. And King Knox going to go down 0-2 in the count. He had to single his last plate appearance. See if he can get something going here. Oh, strike on the outside corner. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out.
Well, not the way you want to get it done for the Pirates to start the
Now,
inning.
Ethan Wireman coming up to the plate now for the Pirates. He had a single and a run scored to get things started for the Pirates back in the 3rd inning, and then a line drive to the shortstop as last plate appearance. And the first pitch will be a ball. See if he can't get it started. Again, they got 3 runs. Last time he got a – man. That didn't look like a strike to me. That seemed low to you.
I think when you're down in a little dip right there, I think it's probably Hosel the knee. I'll probably call that a strike myself.
Okay. The strike 2.
That one's above the knee. Different got a hack at it.
Swing and a miss on that one. 1-2. I don't necessarily have the best of angles, that's for sure.
Well, we can definitely tell it's close to down the middle, up and down. We just can't tell necessarily the up and down pitches. Sometimes we kind of question, but
goes down swinging.
Definitely got outmatched there.
Now coming up to the plate, Dylan Trent.
Dylan's had a good job tonight. Been on a couple times. 3 times actually. Every time he's been up. Been on twice.
Twice, yeah. He had a double and
sacrifice
bunt where he reached on an error. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
I'll tell you what, he's had about as good a cuts as anybody on the team tonight.
Like they're swinging under. Instead of swinging level, it's like they're trying to hit it up underneath it.
That's more of a typical baseball swing now.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be fouled off for strike 2.
Whether we love it, hate it, or whatever, it's kind of where we've gone.
Yeah.
Launch angle. If you're 142 pounds soaking wet, and you still want to worry about launch angle, right?
0-2 is the count.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Slow grounder, right back to Williams. Nice glove, throw to first, and what a great dig. That was by the first baseman as well, Clay Hall. So Williams with a nice glove on it to field it cleanly and make the nice throw with a nice catch. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we'll be right back. Powell County trailing 6-3.
The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care Of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939. Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home. Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope. Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere. Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912. People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember. Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock. Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more. The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX Manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
Welcome back one more time here from the Powell County High School baseball field at the Stanton City Park. We are ready for action here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yep.
For Letcher Central, it will be Boggs, Smith, and Eldridge for
more than likely.
the
That's
Cougars.
who was up the last time.
And Yeah,
And the
that's
DH
where we
spot.
are.
That's not to say that Coach Rigsby wouldn't make another change,
Yes, he
especially
could.
in the DH spot.
And we still got Knox on the bump for the Pirates.
Again, trailing 6-3. Top of the 7th. Letcher County Central with the lead and up the plate.
Need a clean inning here for the Pirates because Quentin Williams is probably a little bit more than what you want to ask for as far as coming back out in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
But you do have the top of the order coming up for the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th.
Even the count 1-1 to Boggs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Took something off that pitch.
1-2. Long time coming. Here's the delivery. Gonna miss. Again, I almost feel like at times Knox is almost trying to place the ball.
Yeah,
right?
That's not what he normally.
Correct.
He's always had the
but
good
he's
control.
holding on to it a little bit longer, where he's trying to place it and hit that outside corner, as opposed to I'm just going to go up and just release it and let the ball do what I need it to do. 3-1. Again on the outside edge.
Good curveball though.
Walk. Oh no.
Not yet. Not 3-2. Yeah.
It was 2-2. You're right. 3-2. Full count. Yeah, again, he's kind of throwing across his body, trying to hit that outside edge. Foul ball. Count will remain full. Dickens going to go all the way over and get it right in front of the Pirate bench.
Those coaches kind of stood there and let him over. Well, I'm not going to move. You come over.
Yeah,
and
nobody
get it.
was moving, were they?
Come on,
Nobody,
guys.
other than Lacey Dickens.
Give your players a break. They worked hard.
Playing on third base, right? You made him run
60
20
feet.
yards or something, you
Yeah.
know.
That's about the same.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You pick
60
one way,
feet,
he's gonna
20
give
yards.
up-
About the
give up
same.
the walk.
And another walk. What can you not do, Ken? Come on.
You
Fill the
know.
blank. Walk the leadoff batter.
Yeah, can't do it.
Can't do it. Well, you can, but it's not a good thing.
Well, again, he took the count full, right? And
It's a good
gave
at
up
bat.
the walk. Yep. Now Brett Smith up to the plate. Grounded out, struck out, and walked, where he was stranded at second back in the fifth inning, excuse me. It's called strike. I think he may have caught a break on that one. That one, based on the placement of some of these other pitches, that was just as outside to me as some of the other ones.
I thought he got a lot of corner there. Within the shin guards is a strike, pretty much.
0-1. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a foul ball.
I like the placement of that ball right there. Throw it inside of the bunt attempt, make it a lot tougher on the batter to get it down, and that was the case there. Now we're going 0-2. It takes pretty much the bunt out of play. Matt playing for that one extra add-on run.
Yep, that'll send Boggs back to first. We recorded a walk. Nobody out. Top of the 7th. Letcher Central leading 6-3. Nice job that time by Miller, is going to get the strikeout. Do you see the way that he pulled that ball right back in?
Well, Miller,
that's not to say
like
that
I
it
said,
wasn't on the edge, but I'm just saying he moved that ball in quick right across the plate.
Framing is an art.
Yeah, hey, there you
among
go.
Catchers. I've said Drew is one of the top catchers in the region, I would think.
Back up to the plate is Eldridge. Walked his last plate appearance with one out.
Looks like a hitter. Big open stance. Nice long hitter.
There's the pitch.
Gets
Called
those feet
strike.
set, steps into the ball. See, instead of stepping away from it, he steps in. Got a good approach, I think, at the plate.
Well, here comes the wind. What's up with
From
that?
right, that's the northern wind. That's the one
Yeah,
coming
you're right.
back at us
Pitch
from
over
the
to
north.
first.
That's what's supposed to blow in tonight, but
Had a little swirl there at
a
home
little
plate.
bit of
Did you see
flag
that?
is still going dead
Over
to
to
right. So we got that little swirl from right field. Sometimes it gets trapped, right?
0-1 to Eldridge. Boggs over at first. Kane Knox on the mound for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Going to miss on the outside Again, not really throwing hardly anything on the inside, not trying to jam him or anything. Most of these pitches going to the outside. Or he's missing. Not necessarily by much, but.
Well, a guy that wants to step into the ball, you want to maybe go in on his hands and see what he can do.
Yeah, that's what I'd come back on the inside and try and jam him. That's what he tries to do. Going to come back right here behind us. Good hustle, man.
I knew as you all. I knew it was right at him.
Again, Drew Miller came all the way up against the fence right here in front of us. Again, just that hustle, right?
Well, it's just it's the way Drew plays. Again,
yeah,
basketball season.
Yeah.
We would never say he's the greatest player, but something's going to happen when he gets on the floor.
Yeah.
It's one of those kinds of players here. I think he's just going to make something happen.
1-1. Or did he just hold up 2-1? Did I miss something? Knox will step off the mound.
I don't know. I didn't write him down. 2-1, he says.
He did say that, didn't he?
He did.
Okay, just making sure. There's the pitch.
Drive.
Yeah, he did try to drive that one to right field.
And where was the pitch? It was the outside pitch. He went right with it. He drove it there. 1-2 must have been the count, not 2-1. So I was like you, though, but it's 1-2 now. Or maybe it's 2-2. I don't know. Again, I think I want to come in on his hands.
I think you have to jam him.
Yeah.
The way he made contact on that outside pitch there, that's the last thing you want.
Got more of a square stance now. It's a different setup for him.
Yeah, definitely is. On the outside.
He's looking for the ball away. So now you've got the batter looking for the outside pitches where you're still trying to throw him.
2-2.
He's changed his whole stance.
He has.
Square.
Yeah, is he the...
I know when I'm coaching and calling pitches, I pitch to where the batter is, and I'm throwing on his hands every time here. But
there's a shot right to the shortstop. Long throw over to first. Oh, and they're going to miss it. Wow. Runner's going to go to third, and that will leave Eldridge over at first.
Wow.
It's a low throw to first. There's an error for sure.
Yeah, you got to. That one I don't think hit the dirt before the glove, so I think they give that one on the first baseman.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with that one. Now you got runners on the corners.
Yeah, with one out. And you are at the top of the order. No, you're at the number 9 hitter. Unless we got
Coach
a pinch
Riggs,
hitter.
Walking over to the
21.
Okay, coming in for Watts. Who do we have? 21? Do not have a 21.
Sorry, folks, we can't tell who it is. Long, lanky kid.
Yeah.
Got a pink bat. Other than that, I don't know. Have a clue.
We're only as good as KHSAA's information. Oh, there's a shot, and it's going to drop.
Caught it.
And no, he did not.
He did. Because runner stood at first, or he thought he'd double play.
No, he didn't catch it. It dropped. It dropped right in front of him.
You sure?
So
that's the batter runner there, right?
Hold on.
No, that's just he caught that ball.
All right.
So sack fly.
To get the run in. There you go. Okay. And now we head back up to
I'd appeal the guy leaving early at third. I mean, there's no harm in appealing him leaving early.
Yeah, you're right. He did because that's Eldridge over at first. Here's the pitch from Knox. Going to miss for ball 1. Well, they added the run that the Pirates didn't need.
Yes.
Leading 7-3 now, Letcher County Central, the Cougars over the Powell County Pirates. Season opener for Powell County here at home.
When the wins their next game, do you know?
Well, the next game that we'll have will be Tuesday against against Perry County Central. I'll let you know.
It's Thursday, right? Next Thursday is the Perry Central game?
Tuesday.
Oh. I got it written down Thursday on my paper. So
I think it's Tuesday. I'm about ready to tell you that's going to be a foul ball off. So you're making me open up my...
Well, I can get mine while you were doing that, but it's okay.
Let's see. So the Pirates' next game will be at Knott County Central. That's tomorrow. And then they'll be in the Viking Invitational at Rowan County on Saturday. And then on the 24th, they'll be at GRC. And then the 28th will be Harrison County, which is next Friday. So I guess the Perry Central game was moved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought their schedule had changed, so we won't have any of those games you just mentioned.
So what you're saying is I need to go back and
reevaluate. The softball schedule has changed as well. So.
Okay. 1 and 2. Oh. Gonna miss. 2 and 2. 2 outs. Runner over at first. Come on, Kane. The punch out right here. Here's the delivery. Fly ball. It's going to be in the gap. Yep, it's going to go over the head. One run's going to come in and score. And it's going to be a double for Kinser and an RBI. It'll be Eldridge who will come in.
One came in, yeah.
Yep, one came in.
Starting to Josie. One came in earlier. So they've scored 2 this inning.
Yep. Now coming up to the plate, Mr. Williams. Quentin Williams, and
walking
we're going to they're going to walk him.
Yep. The respect walk.
Yeah.
You know, when you drive one out there to the Yonders, the last time up, why would you pitch to him now?
You wouldn't.
But,
right?
You know, Maggard's had a couple strikeouts. He's walked once and flew out to shortstop. So, yeah, Williams had a much better day. However, they got a runner in for Kinser, right?
This is Maggard up at the plate.
But they got a runner at second base.
Runner. Yes, I did see that.
I don't know who it was, but
I saw them make that exchange.
Running for Kinser at second base.
Here's the pitch.
He got a big cheer from his teammates after that double. Gabbard to right center. Big hit here in the inning. Opened it wide open here in the top of the 7th. Have the Cougars.
It was 5-3, giving up 3 runs in the last 2 innings. There's a shot right over the head of the pitcher, and it's going to be fielded cleanly for the unassisted out to the shortstop for out number 3. They'll leave, well, they won't leave any stranded at that point.
One stranded third.
Oh.
Actually, technically, one goes to first, one goes to third, but it's, whatever.
Yeah, mute point. 8-3. We'll come back, bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Parents trust the emergency department at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital when their children hurt. When an emergency strikes, we are right down the street and ready to help. We offer full-service emergency care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have X-ray, CT, and lab services on site for assessing, diagnosing, and treating patients quickly. The emergency department is a level 4 trauma center. You can expect expert care, quicker treatment, and improved outcomes. Choose the emergency department at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital in Irvine.
Allen's Hardware is a hidden gem in Clay City and known for their dependable down-home service. Visit Allen's Hardware at 30 Black Creek Road and you'll find Valspar paints, Echo Power Tools, electrical supplies, septic system accessories, key cutting services, and even U-Haul rentals. That's Allen's Hardware at 30 Black Creek Road in Clay City. To find out more, call 606-663-1122. That's 606-663-1122.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to PCSN and baseball coverage opening day for Powell County here at the Charles Childers Field, Stanton City Park. It will be the top of the order, Miller, Wells, and Poe up for the Pirates as Miller chases down this pass ball. Warm up. Been a tough inning, tough couple innings for Knox. It probably the most walks he's given up in an outing in a long time. But, again, it's the first outing. But they didn't play much defense or haven't played a lot of defense. We did get the stellar catch out in center right there in the last inning. Yeah. So that was a huge play. But had a couple other nice catches in the outfield. Infield's kind of let him down a little bit. Had about 5 errors on the game for Powell County. That's a lot. So But Powell County really hasn't hit the ball either. They haven't done a lot with the bat. So.
No, really haven't. And when they have, we've not necessarily been able to advance
Right.
the runners, especially to come across the plate.
I mean, when you look at the score sheets, I mean, it's really offensively dominated by Letcher Central today. And then, again, you credit a little bit of that to your pitcher here, Quentin Williams. And I alluded to him as he's probably one of the best pitchers in the 14th region this season. Comes from the left side of the plate, or the left side. Has good stuff. Obviously a good hitter as well.
Swing and a miss to Drew Miller for strike one. He's
nasty little hook to start off the pitching here.
Struck out twice, had a single and a run scored. Here's the pitch from Williams.
We've really only had, Ken, a couple of good shots offensively hitting for the Pirates. Really not a lot of hard hit balls.
No, 3 singles.
Yeah.
Basically 4 singles.
A couple of those are bunt singles.
And then what did we get for 5 singles on the night and 1 double. That's it. Right here.
Hello, you almost had that one. We didn't flinch.
But at this point, you're used to it.
Yeah, no need, right? Wells chasing that ball down, doing his job.
1-2. Can he make contact with that one? I'll let that one go on the outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Miller, the leadoff hitter for the Pirates, as well as the catcher. They can easily score 5 runs in this inning. Just got to get something going here. There's a shot down to third.
Gonna get it started.
There, and he will. Yeah.
That's how you start it. Doesn't matter how you get on. It'll be an E5 on the play. But if you put the bat on the ball, sometimes good things happen.
Yes, they do.
You're not going to get her done by striking out. So we have struck out. Williams has struck out, 4? 5 thus far in his outing, and his 4 innings of work, or 3 innings of work, he struck out 5. So
Levi Wells up the plate. I'll pop that one up back here behind us. Strike 1.
And this is their second time around to see Williams, too, so it makes it a little bit different.
0-1. Miller over at first. Here's the pitch. There's a shot to right field, and it looks like it's going to be played cleanly, and it will. That's probably the easiest
ball
catch
so far
in the outfield, all night.
Yeah, the winds haven't died down, but they're probably the calmest they've been.
Brett Smith with the catch.
Obviously, look how deep he's playing right now. He learned that earlier when he got burned by one.
Again, solid contact. Smith didn't necessarily have to move a whole lot either. I'm not even sure he even moved, really.
He probably didn't really have to move 2 feet. If
again,
anything.
the wind didn't play a factor. You can see the flags are.
But he is playing a deep right field, though.
He is, yeah. The wind's not necessarily blowing like it was. Now coming up to the plate, Carter Poe, lefty against lefty. There's a strike.
Carter said, "Can I have that one back,
Yeah.
please?" I'd say we'll not see another one that nice.
And, we talk about this every baseball season. You hit that first pitch, you
Yeah.
let it go by. I think anymore, if it's your pitch, I think you just about swing at it. And he'll swing at that one to go down.
Well,
0-2.
I mean, obviously, the situation here where you're down 5, then maybe you don't go up there swinging at 1. But overall, I think you go up there and you got to be hacking that first pitch fastball.
I would agree, yeah.
Except Matt has really kind of pitched backwards a couple times tonight. So when you expect a fastball, sometimes you get the curve.
There's a shot. Is it going to drop? Nope. Right to the left.
He made it a tough catch, though.
He did make it a tough catch. He literally, with the glove, hit the grass.
That ball's going to be cutting back at him the entire way, spinning a little bit differently, coming off that left-hander's bat. That's the approach, though, you take if you're Carter Poe. You go the other way with the pitch. You drive it. Got that one a little underneath that one, but that's the approach that you got to take. As he kind of mimics the left fielder on the catch.
2 outs. Lacey Dickin up the plate. Pop that one up. That's going to be the end of it.
I think that's going to be tough to play.
Williams going to call it. Oh, and he'll miss it.
That's what I'm saying.
Into his glove, and when he squeezed it, it popped right out.
It did. I'm telling you, that one, the spin on that ball when you hit them that high, if it hits your pocket, it's probably going to pop right out at you. So easy to do.
That was tough, yeah.
Now, if you're a first baseman, you got a big old mitt that goes right into that sucker. But when you're a pitcher, got a smaller glove, it'll spin right out of it a lot of times.
Now, Bo Begley stepping up to the plate. Runners on the corners. Right here where we are. Right into the net, right above us.
I believe that's a new net. They got the little.
Yeah, did you not notice that?
Yeah. A lot of new stuff going on here. I love it.
0-1. And you know as well as I do, though, a lot of people, again, when you're not used to it, that ball, you think it's going in your direction and you're ready. We've been doing this long enough, you don't even really react.
If you're catch me off guard, you might.
Unless it decides to hit in this little fence spot here, but we've got that covered at this point. Swing and a miss.
We'll say it's covered and hits it right in the face.
0-2. Yeah, I say that.
This gap right here.
Well, and I got one over here too, but hopefully not. 0-2. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. Reach for that one to stay alive. It's going to be fouled off along the right-hand side. Out of bounds. Count remains 0-2. Long time coming. Williams just now set. Throw over to first. Miller kind of made it appear like he was going to run home, but obviously he's not.
If you're down 1.
0-2.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, you know. Here's the pitch from Williams. Chopper right back to the pitcher. Easy play. The 1-3 ground out. That will end it as the Powell County Pirates will go down on their season opener. 8-3 is your final score. We'll come back and wrap things up. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Parents trust the emergency department at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital when their children hurt. When an emergency strikes, we are right down the street and ready to help. We offer full-service emergency care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have X-ray, CT, and lab services on site for assessing, diagnosing, and treating patients quickly. The emergency department is a level 4 trauma center. You can expect expert care, quicker treatment, and improved outcomes. Choose the emergency department at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital in Irvine.
Allen's Hardware is a hidden gem in Clay City and known for their dependable down-home service. Visit Allen's Hardware at 30 Black Creek Road and you'll find Valspar paints, Echo Power Tools, electrical supplies, septic system accessories, key cutting services, and even U-Haul rentals. That's Allen's Hardware at 30 Black Creek Road in Clay City. To find out more, call 606-663-1122. That's 606-663-1122.
You're listening to PCSN.
Hey, it's Kristen, Marketing Manager at Appalachian Wireless. March Madness is here, and at Appalachian Wireless, we know being local is a game changer. That's why we're bringing you slam dunk savings all month long. Whether you're upgrading your device or switching to the region's best network, now's the time to score big. Don't miss out on these deals with Appalachian Wireless, where there's no madness, just game-changing deals. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail or authorized dealer location. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Toyota South in Richmond is moving forward. Family owned and operated since 1915. Meet General Manager Charlie Johnson.
I was raised right here in Powell County by my grandparents. They taught me to be honest and treat others with courtesy and respect. And that's what you can expect from me. I would like to personally invite you to take the short drive to Toyota South in Richmond. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, as General Manager at Toyota South, I will make your short drive well worth your time. Come see me soon at Toyota South in Richmond.
Toyota South in Richmond. Online at toyotasouth.com or call their friendly staff at 877-605-4326.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network. At Powell County Farm Bureau, James Dennis and Anna Tipton offer unmatched dedication and personal attention. If you're looking for a specific insurance product, they offer auto, boat, church, commercial, earthquake, farm, flood, health, home, life, mobile home, motorcycle, umbrella, and more. If you need it insured, stop by and see your insurance company. That's Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. Located at 170 Court Street in Stanton, or call them today at 606-663-2222. That's Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters. family, friends, community, but sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
You are not alone. Call Mountain Comprehensive Care Center today at 606-663-3336 or visit our Stanton Clinic at 369 North Main Street.
You're listening to PCSN.
Hey, I'm Morgan from Stanton Ace Hardware. At Ace, I enjoy helping every customer with each of their unique projects. Some are doing huge renovations or redecorating, and others are just touching up paint and need a color match or some replacement hardware. It doesn't matter to me because they come to Stanton Ace Hardware and trust us with their project. We are constantly getting new products and are working hard to make it easier for people to find the products they know and trust, as well as innovative new products they didn't even know existed. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are Stanton Ace Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
GTX Manufacturing prides itself on being a U.S. manufacturing company, providing competitive, low-cost, high-quality products and services. They are centrally located in the U.S., just minutes from Lexington, Kentucky, in Clay City. GTX Manufacturing, supporting the broadcast of your Powell County Pirates. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School, Stanton City Park, and the Charles Childers Field here at Powell County opening day baseball. They fell to the Letcher Central Cougars 8-3 in this one. Good pitching performance by Letcher Central. Powell County really didn't get a lot of bats on the ball.
No.
As they dropped this one 8-3 on an error-filled game by both squads.
Yeah, it really was. The Pirates only recording 6 hits unofficially for those 3 runs, struck out 9 times, just 1 walk, left 7 on base, again with those 7 errors, which were really costly. And then for Letcher Central, those 8 runs, I have them 8 hits, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks, 11 left on base. The Pirates found themselves trailing 3-0 at going into the bottom of the first inning. So, I mean, they had a long way to kind of come, found themselves trailing 4-0, was able to get 3 runs back where it was 4-3, and then from there just couldn't get any more runs. Limited opportunities as far as the base runners, things along that line. I will say this, too, though. Letcher Central played last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you kind of get that first game jitters kind of out of the way, right, where you're coming a little bit more focused, kind of. And to some extent, you know, not saying that the Pirates played horribly or anything, but at the same time, it is your first game. You got some areas that you need to show some improvement in, but for the first outing, you know, chalk it up. It's a loss, and you just move on.
Got a lot of players, a lot of different positions out there. Really, the only thing that's really consistent are the guys pitching, the guy doing the catching. It's pretty consistent with where they were. Everybody else, even the starters, were playing a different position that started last year. So nobody's playing the same spot they were before.
Yeah, that's true.
So really, you had Lacey and Kane being there. Drew Miller, obviously, our charter catcher all season long. Kane was a little off his control. Normally, he's like dead on. Normally, he doesn't walk many batters. Did walk more than normal tonight. It got us in a little bit of trouble early with a couple walks and the errors that we were making, and then we got off to a bad start. That way, we're normally used to a little bit Lacey, maybe a little bit less control, a little bit more of a power pitcher. But the errors were it's a lot of errors making a game. So you just can't give up the free balls with the walks that you gave up. That's a lot of free base runners and add in 8 hits, and a couple of those hits were big time blast for Letcher Central. So kudos to the Cougars. They come out and outplayed the Pirates tonight, and congratulations to Matt on a victory after coming off a tough loss last night.
Yeah, they'll go 1-1 on the season. The Powell County Pirates will go 0-1 on the season. Powell County Pirates will travel to Knott County Central coming up tomorrow. Then over the weekend, they'll be at Rowan County. And then on Monday at George Rogers Clark. And then next Friday, which will be our next baseball broadcast, they'll play host to Harrison County. That's a 5:30 scheduled start instead of a 6 o'clock, which tonight we didn't go off till 6:30.
Good luck on Harrison getting here, but play by 5:30 too, though.
Well, I know. I thought about that too. So chances are, again,
maybe a little late.
Stay tuned. And then going into this next week, I do know that on Wednesday we have the Powell County Pirates boys volleyball team with their season opener, home opener, and maybe.
Maybe.
We'll
see.
And at the same time, though, just even the first game for boys volleyball.
Yeah.
Again,
a lot of the squads are still trying to figure out whether we got enough to play or not.
Yeah.
And that's why I say maybe, not us.
Yeah, we'll
I think
see.
we got a team there. We got enough players. Some of the other schools may not have enough. They've been dropping a little bit here, so we'll have to stay tuned, if you would. Just take a listen to WSKV.
Yeah, at this point, let me look real quick. I meant to actually look and see if I can get my phone to cooperate here to go backwards
while
as
Ken's
far as
looking,
the girls.
we'll mention softball did get the first victory last night over Menifee County. I believe it was 17-5 was the final score. They're at
17-5
tonight. So don't know that result as of yet, but they did travel to Buckhorn tonight. So that's a big travel again on a weeknight, same as Letcher Central coming here.
And they'll play Twin Bill on Saturday against Lynn Camp at Lynn Camp. That'll be at Lynn Camp Middle School, just for the record. And then they'll also play Harlan. That's 11 a.m. and a 1 o'clock start for them on Saturday. And then Paris, do you know, is the Paris game still on for Monday?
On for Monday.
And more than likely we will probably have that as the Lady Pirates home opener for them. Again, Paris on Monday at 6 o'clock.
Weather, been on the weather too, so we'll have to check the weather and see.
You're exactly
see that
right.
when Paris coming back with a really nice squad. They really wore us out last year, but like I said, the Lady Pirates got off to a good start this season.
You're exactly right. So again, your final score: the Letcher County Central Cougars 8, the Powell County Pirates 3. For my broadcast partner David Faulkner, Josie McClure, our videographer, along with Ethan Moore. Katie Moore joined us as well. Nevaeh Bridgeman back in the studio. This is Ken Simon saying thank you for listening to the Powell County Sports Network here on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Thank you for listening, watching, and supporting Powell County Pirate Athletics. We also encourage you to support the community sponsors that invest to bring the live coverage to you. Visit the Powell County Sports Network page at listenlikealocal.com to find the most up-to-date sports broadcast schedule and all the ways you can listen to the game. Thank you for listening to Powell County Pirate Sports on the Powell County Sports Network.